Well, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome in to Cancel This. January 6th, 7:13 is our time. Welcome to Cancel This. You know what we do. It's time to take you till 10 o'clock today. We've got a lot of talk. We love your participation in the show. We've got news headlines. We've got your political talk. We've got your theater, which is what's happening in Washington. Just a bunch of stupid theater. And I'm glad that we were proven yesterday it's just a bunch of theater. They're all bought and paid for. You can't trust any of them, Tabitha. No politician can you trust. Especially Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it.
Well, you saw what I sent yesterday.
I did see it. And we even said that on the show. We even said it. We said because she had been removed from all of her committees because she's a patriot. Of course, patriots can't be on committees.
Nut job.
And now she has to.
Some people call her a nut job.
Only the establishment. And now she's trying to get back on her committees.
It's all a game.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Thank
Vic.
you. That's right. It's called politics. So anyway, we'll get into that. There's a Mega Millions jackpot tonight. 940 million and counting. That's a lot. We're going to talk Idaho murder stuff today. We haven't gotten into that. I really don't want to talk about it, but I know a lot of people like it.
It is the number one subject.
I know.
Number one headline right now.
I hate giving that man, that situation, any notoriety.
It's not so much about him.
It makes me sick to my stomach.
For me, it's not about him. I write that crime blog, and it's never about the killer because, of course, they want notoriety. This guy does.
And he's getting it.
He is definitely getting it.
Because all humans are falling into his trap.
Definitely getting it. And you're absolutely right. And you know what? This, I think, was part of the motive behind what he did, was the fame and the notoriety, and he is definitely getting it.
Russia claims they shot down a UFO on our Paranormal Free-for-All Friday. We got a lot of stuff to get into with that today as well. From a political standpoint, you sent us something. Lauren Boebert, now a hero to MSNBC because that's the national media. They'll play you. Just be careful. We're going to play you sound with Joe Biden doesn't know who he is anymore. Democrats, please show up on our show. Please tell me what Joe Biden, he is the worst president this country's ever had. By far, the worst president. He doesn't know where he's at. He called Kamala Harris something again. We'll play that sound for you.
Oh, Cammy?
He doesn't know where he is.
Was it the B word? Or the P word?
I mean, seriously, I've never been more embarrassed for people who voted for Joe Biden, but nobody sticks up for him anymore.
No.
There's nobody.
No.
I love it. I love you, Todd. Todd Bodecker.
I just saw that.
Marjorie's hot. Don't care what you say, Vic. Hey, to each their own. Go out. Hey, that's it.
She's not a bad-looking gal.
I like Lauren. I think Lauren Boebert. I think
you and Todd can go on a little Washington, D.C. double date.
A D.C. double date.
Marjorie and Lauren with Vic and Todd.
Yeah, baby. No, that's funny. I think I like Lauren's frames. My eyes are going out. I'm gonna be wearing frames here pretty soon. I have.
Now, is it for fashion or because you actually need them?
Both of them.
Please tell me they're not going to be blue. Those blue lenses.
No,
I will knock you out of that chair.
No.
Or purple lenses. Don't do it, Vic. Don't do it.
Come on, I would never go there. No, they're like black and white. They are.
I'm going to make fun of you every day.
No, sir, remember I told you I was.
So you're going woke.
Because I would wear stylish glasses. That doesn't mean you're woke. What are you talking
going
about?
Woke.
Scott, you got to help me on this. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Those thick black frame glasses.
No, they're not thick. They're not thick at all. No, there's some really cool glasses.
All right, Andy Cohen.
I can't help that my eyes are going out on me. I'm starting to see double and triple.
I know you said that yesterday.
I'm like,
you.
oh no, what's going on? So anyway, we got all kinds of topics to get into today. It is a free-for-all Friday. Jump in, cancelthisshow.com. You can go to cancelthisshow.com, share the show, jump in, check out all of our original content. We love it when you guys do. If you want to join us, we'll include the video link. Just let us know on the line. If you want to call in, it works. Trust me, you're welcome. You're welcome to call in if there's something from a free-for-all Friday standpoint. You can do that as well.
Yes.
We like that. Also, some more stats. A doc who I follow on Twitter, Dr. Simone Gold. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. These are some fascinating statistics when it comes to myocarditis, heart attacks in younger people compared in the last 2 years versus the last 40. That'll shock you. Other headlines, with that being said, Damar Hamlin. He woke up.
I saw that.
No brain damage. Healthy.
That is thanks to the AED that they had on the field and the fact that people were able to get to him, perform CPR immediately.
Woke up. Of course, I'm sure you saw the story. If you didn't, he wrote out a note, did we win the game? And it said, you won the game of life. So Damar Hamlin, his charity for the kids up to his toys, like a Toys for Tots type of deal.
Is it over 3 million now?
It's closer to 6.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Because that helps the kids. Not about him. It helps the kids.
100%. So he's doing better. Glad to hear that. Also, in regards to that, they're not going to make up. The NFL will not make up that game between the Bengals and the Bills. I think that was kind of obvious that wasn't going to happen. So that allowed me to win, or it secured my fantasy football win that we started at the edge. So that was the Faust boys took home some money, first and third place money. So that was good. Now I can pay the bills at least for another week. So that works out. Sony says PlayStation 5 no longer in a shortage.
That is true.
And I'm like, really? Tell me where to go get one. We'll do that.
I will tell you, because I just saw a bunch of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I owe my son from 2 Christmases ago. I gotta pay.
My son just bought one the other day at the. Should I say where? If I say where, they'll be gone.
What do you mean they'll be gone?
Because they might sell it. Everybody's gonna
where? Say it.
At the we found one at the Walmart on Highway K.
Don't tell where it is. Just say Walmart.
I said it. Go ahead.
Walmart.
Yeah, he just bought one the other day.
Walmart Highway K has PS5s. Is that what you just said?
Yes, it is
Thank
exactly
you.
what I just said.
Don't hoard your knowledge. Come on, this is.
It's not.
I just said say Walmart.
One,
Yeah,
Walmart
Highway K. Let's rock and roll, people.
We're on our way to Walmart. Eric was there twice yesterday.
Yeah, but I didn't see the PS5s.
And the ones in stock are the lower price, the $598, not the 800, 900, 1,000. Yeah. Some of them are really expensive. This one is just the
you might as well buy a Wii.
Model.
Screw it.
And it comes with a game.
Todd says, Vic, happy you took my money. I didn't take a lot of it. And I hope our good friend Chris shows up today. I talked to Chris last night.
I hope so too.
I invited him in studio. I said, oh, yeah, I may stop by today. Chris.
Oh,
it
really?
Is Friday.
Yeah, I asked him to please stop by for a free-for-all Friday, Paranormal Friday.
Okay.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
That's Paranormal Friday for you. He's like a ghost.
You got lucky, man. You caught a break winning. You know, they didn't play that game. I was like, well, you owe me $750. Oh, no, man, we switched it. You win $600. I was like, you sent an email, Chris, that said first place gets $700. Second place was $350. Oh no, man, we changed it. Yeah, we gave $100 to the person who had the most points too. I was like, did you ever send out an email?
It was a participation award. It's fine. Everybody got something.
He's like, man, you and your boy took first and third anyway.
Good job.
You're taking the most of the money.
Good job. Good job.
So, anyway, yeah. So thank you. Troy says, but he changes a little bit. He's like, where were all the prayers for the police officers that have been shot in line of duty?
You know what? The same day that
great
this happened,
point, Troy. Thank you. Happy Friday, buddy.
Yeah, the same day this happened to Hamlin, there was a police chief that was shot and killed. Zero coverage.
Where was that?
Zero.
Again?
I can't remember, Berkshire County. I'd have to go back and look. I posted about it on my personal Facebook page, but I don't recall.
But Dave Ruby said there was also prayer on the field, and look what happened.
Yes.
And even our friend Chris, I was glad to see him. Hope he shows up. He posted something on Facebook yesterday that said, "Who says prayer doesn't work?" And he had a picture of Hamlin. And I said, "Are you trying to out Christian me, Chris?" He started laughing. I was like, I love it. So it was liked and shared a bunch from that standpoint. So it is a Friday. We're kind of all over the place. We have some fun. We go from there. We've got, and we'll see the video. It's day 4, day 5, day 6 of the whole speaker debacle.
I believe it started on Tuesday.
Well, we're going to try to pull up some video. Scotty, just let us know if and when you can pull up Matt Gaetz. All right, bud. If and when you find that would be great. It took such a turn yesterday, guys. Did you see what happened? Matt Gaetz now elected, or he nominated former President Donald J. Trump to be Speaker of the House.
Now
I mean,
silly season.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, that's why Tabitha, the 20 McCarthy lost me 2 days ago. The 20 lost me yesterday, because not only did you have Gaetz doing what he did, now you've got Lauren Boebert going on MSNBC happily.
Oh my God.
Just making a fool of the whole situation.
But you have to remember that there's a lot of Americans who would love to see Trump as the speaker. It's not going to happen. But
I'd
there
like to
are
see
a lot
Rush
of
get back
people
together,
who would
too.
like that.
That'd be awesome if Rush did a tour.
You got to keep
I
in
got that
mind
video.
Look,
what the
here,
Americans want.
Scott, you're so great at what you do. Look, we'll see if we have do we have volume with this too, bud?
I hope. Everybody needs to read lips. Watch.
It will look real good.
This is Gaetz with his moment. What a turd. I'm sorry.
Moment of truth. Here we go.
Gaetz.
Donald John Trump.
Oh my God.
Trump.
Look at the look that Marjorie Taylor Greene looks at.
Like, what did you just
When you
do?
are making Margie Taylor Greene look normal, you're doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. You got to admit, Tabitha, they look stupid.
No, they don't. No,
They look
don't.
stupid.
No, they
Tabitha,
don't.
look at me.
Yesterday was their coming out party.
No,
The stupid coming out
They
party.
don't look stupid. They're
They're
standing
idiots,
up
fools,
for the country.
dumbasses.
And the longer they do this, the more support they get. And just like somebody on the Brian Biggs commented on the comment line earlier, I saw this poll also. Rasmussen did a poll on exactly this situation, not about Trump. And they said that even though these folks in Congress, these establishment folks in the House,
even you're.
are you going to
even-
let me finish?
I'm going to try, but you're stumbling over yourself.
Rasmussen poll
Yeah,
said
hard to say.
that 41%
Right.
of Republicans actually stand behind these 20 folks, according to their poll.
Okay, can I say something now?
Yes.
So the
Maybe.
scuttlebutt is, and this will prove if this is personal or not.
Or if you're a comrade or not.
Well, who's okay? I do like
Comrade Johnson.
I do like. Yeah, the
Saturday.
Swedish comrade doesn't really work.
Swedish comrade.
But here's the concessions: a vote up and down if term limits are okay. 1 vote to vacate the speakership. That's pretty good. Sounds like that's something that they wanted. And there's a few other things that they have now put down in writing that the Freedom Caucus wanted, which I totally agree with. But you have to be reasonable after a certain amount of time. There are 200 other of yous in that room. There's 200 other of yous in that room.
That's an invalid point.
It is a very valid point what I just said. There are 200 of yous.
200
other of
the
yous in that
majority of
room.
which are comrades who would rather side with Democrats.
Well, that was Gaetz.
Than fight for the border.
But let's not lose track of it. Is that just
I
my
know
screen,
you're
or
passionate
is that
about
still
this.
is that still up on the screen? Can we see that one more time?
Yeah.
I want to see Gaetz. I want to show this stupid ass theater. Gaetz is in charge of the 20 whatever.
Gaetz.
Donald John Trump.
Trump.
Now it's getting silly.
I
Now
mean,
it's getting
what
silly.
an app. Gaetz, you lost everybody, buddy.
I don't think so. You
What
know, like
an
C. Martin.
Absolute joke.
C. Martin on the comments said he did it for shock effect. Maybe
It doesn't
maybe
matter.
Not. Maybe he
did
really
it.
wants Trump. There's a lot of Americans out there who would love to see Trump as the speaker. A lot of Americans think Trump was cheated out of his second term. They would love him to
Yeah,
see
but
to be
Tabitha,
speaker. It's not
Tabitha,
going to happen.
it's not
It's
going
not
to
going to
This
happen.
is like the first time I remember that there's a guy that actually wants the job. Paul Ryan, he desperately did not want the damn job
I can't
of
tell
being
you
the speaker.
the Tommy Laurens of the world. You go down the Twitter, everybody ripping Gates, ripping the 20 for allowing Gates to do this because
Only rhinos are going to rip him.
Tommy Lauren's not a rhino.
No, what are you talking about?
You've lost- no.
She's a millennial
It
conservative.
doesn't,
all-
it doesn't matter. There's
Yeah,
a lot
it does matter.
There's a lot of Trump
You just
people
want to
out
throw
there.
it out when we get day after day.
I don't wish he did
craziness.
it. I didn't want him to say that. I wish he hadn't said it.
He is.
I
Don't
wish
get
he had
defensive
not
either.
said it.
Don't get
he
defensive.
I'm
is
not being defensive.
losing his mind.
Don't be defensive about this.
But
This
no,
is
you-
okay.
he
I'm
should
not
have
being
done it.
defensive.
Tabitha
I
said
agree
he
that he shouldn't have done it. I wish he hadn't done it.
Because we could go 3 hours
I
just
think
doing
it
this.
hurts us that he did it. I
Yes,
wish he
it
hadn't done it.
does.
Look, what
But
happened?
I'm saying is there's a lot of people out there who
What-
do want Trump.
What
to be the
happened
speaker.
the last time you were the poster child to MSNBC? Her name was Liz Cheney. They flagged her all over the place. Like, oh my gosh, look at this spectacular
She's
woman.
the one that nominated
What
McCarthy.
happened to her? What happened to her? She got voted down in her very conservative state. You have all these conservatives who are doing things for the right reason.
She's
and I
not one
agree
of
with
them.
you.
She's not one of them. Liz
Are
Cheney
you-
is one of
no,
the
no, I'm
worst
talking about-
conservatives on the planet.
No, I'm
She's
talking about-
gone. By the way, she's gone.
She's gone. I'm talking about
So
the
we're glad.
Gateses of the world. This is very personal to them, and you're starting to feel this personal sentiment that's coming out in them. It's like if you don't like somebody but you like what they aspire to, just vote for them. You're gonna. Here's what we're missing out on. I really want to get to the Hunter Biden case. I want to see the Judicial Committee get to business.
I think they're going to.
I want to see a unified voice for when our commander in chief goes down to the border. I want to see them be able to speak directly to Biden. He has an open stage right now. There is no session of Congress with a majority of Republicans in it that can. There's no unification right now.
Are we going to, Eric? Let me ask you this question.
It's over.
Are we going to have a better country? Are we going to have a better Congress with McCarthy as speaker or with another like a
It
Freedom
doesn't matter
Caucus
what
member?
you want. There's
It's
200
not, I'm
people.
not asking about what I want.
There's
I'm asking
200
you. I'm asking
Who would I
you.
rather have?
Do you think we will have a better country, a better Congress if we have Kevin McCarthy as speaker or if we have a Freedom Caucus member as speaker? And I don't know which one. Let's say Donald's.
Caw-caw!
Which one would be the better?
Sorry.
Which one would make a better
They,
country?
you know what they are?
Don't
they're,
be mad. It's Friday.
They're the
It's
caucus.
Friday.
They're such a joke. They're just not- they're
You
the
two-
caucus.
you two you two are falling
You know what? I'm
into the trap of the media. You're believing what the media
I'm with Vic.
says.
I'm
And
with
you're
Vic.
believing that everyone's saying that they're against the 20 when it's the opposite. The majority of Americans, conservatives, are in
This
favor,
would, if there's another
in
speaker,
favor
if
of
there's
the
an,
20.
if there's
your
an,
leaders are
Turn the
Lauren,
news off, Vic.
Lauren and Matt
I'll take them.
are not the lead. they
I
should
will
be-
take them.
Wait
I'll
a
take
minute.
them.
Even after Gates made a mockery of the process yesterday.
I wish he hadn't said that, but you know what? I can promise you, even there are a lot of Americans who would love Trump to be the speaker. This is
yeah.
something they've wanted for a really
if you're
long time.
if you loved Trump before, you would love him in that position. He's not gaining anybody new.
Turn the
Come on,
news.
If you
off.
love Trump, you don't not like Trump anymore.
That's
It
your
is
homework.
what it is.
That's your
Come on,
homework for
come
the
on,
weekend.
come
Turn
on.
the news off.
And as stupid as the Republicans look to me,
they look stupid.
they're not.
No,
They're
they
not.
don't.
They're not. They don't pale. I mean, they pale in comparison to Joe Biden.
There is no doubt about it. I'm with Tabitha. I'm with you, Tab. Tab, look at me.
Scotty,
You
when you
better
get a
be with
chance,
me.
Tabitha, look at me.
It's Friday. I'll
Look
come
at me.
get you.
No, don't
Scott,
no.
when you get a chance, if you find that soundbite with Biden, if you find it, just let me know.
I found it. Give me 2 seconds.
You mean
Okay.
Tabitha,
Sorry to go
Tabitha,
ahead.
I'm with you, baby.
No, I was just working on that other screen, so I apologize.
No, it's fine.
People
Technical.
love Gates. I'm telling you that right now. People.
A lot
love
of people
him.
like
Conservative
McCarthy. A lot of people like McCarthy.
And a lot of people like McCarthy.
Establishment.
don't put a- yeah, but you're
Republicans
putting little-
like McCarthy.
Yeah, but you're putting disclaimers on it. People
Because-
like Gates. People like
I
McCarthy.
agree. People, do
like
like
Marjorie
McCarthy.
Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
People like Boebert.
Yeah.
People like
Well, then can I
Well,
put my
no, they
little
don't like
asterisk
Biden.
next to it? Then the people who like McCarthy are the same people who don't want term limits. They're the same people who are not going to
Not all the
bolster
time.
border
No,
security.
that's not true. It's also people who
You have
understand that
two
it's politics
choices.
and it's a game.
Two
No,
choices.
you don't.
Establishment.
Sometimes you don't get everything you
anti-establishment.
want when you show up to the
But if you
band.
try sometime, you
There are
just might
more-
get what you need.
Think about this. Everything,
sometime.
every question should be answered. Last night, I turned the TV on, which is something I never do.
Never. She never.
And
does
what
that.
I heard
Is that why you were late
happening-
this morning? The TV messed you
Only
up.
part
the
of it
CT
was-
cameras. Yeah.
I watch television and I should have never done it because now
Mm-hmm.
my brain is fried. And what happened is I saw Republican after Republican after Republican on News Nation and on Fox National say that McCarthy should make a deal with Democrats before he makes a deal with these 20 people.
I don't know.
That
what you're
is a
talking about.
complete
Well, yeah.
abomination.
Well,
Show
that's
me the-
why that's why
Abomination.
McCarthy lost me was because of that BS.
And,
on,
and so
guys.
anyone, in my opinion,
Yeah.
who would like to see McCarthy in this place, you may as
Hey.
well be a
Hey,
Democrat.
but guess what? There's something we can all agree on.
Here we go.
The dumbest president in the history of the United
Yes.
States is Joe Biden.
Oh, no doubt.
And it's a Friday. It's a free for all Friday, maybe some Paranormal Friday. So, and we're trying to have some fun Friday.
And he even wrote a tweet about it. He says, "I'm the dumbest president in the United States." He did.
Hashtag stupid.
Okay.
He thought he was writing a note to his doctor.
I mean, seriously.
Sorry.
I think I saw one that said help. Help me.
Who's this girl behind me?
Help.
Is that a girl behind him?
I mean, this
She's-
guy is, and if you're a Democrat and you voted for him, you have to be embarrassed by what you did. I'm not trying to be mean.
No.
It's just this guy, this is like the 5th or 6th time he's
Yeah,
done it.
yeah.
Here is who got more votes for president in the history of our country, allegedly, at the mic.
Not like people have heard me say it before. It's not like people are sitting around a table and somewhere in Central America say, I got a great idea. Let's sell everything we have. Let's give it to a coyote, a smuggler. They'll take us on a harrowing journey for 1,000 miles to get to the United States. Then we're going to legally cross the border. They're going to drop us in the desert and we're facing we don't speak the language. Won't that be fun? I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort.
What?
Led this
President
effort.
Harris?
Another President
The
Harris.
countries from which they are leaving.
He just said, he just called.
Did you see the look on her face?
Can you replay that? I did not look at the look on her face.
Thank you, sir.
Legally across the border, they're going to drop us in the desert, and we're facing we don't
I'm
speak the
looking at
language.
that
Won't that
Kamala
be
this
fun?
time.
I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort. Led this effort. Well, President Harris led this effort.
She nods like, yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Well,
Yeah, Joe,
President
just keep
Harris
going.
led this effort.
Look at her eyebrows. You can tell she's like, what's coming next?
Well, President
Oh my
Harris
God.
led this effort.
You know, she's an intelligent woman.
I'm
She really
looking-
is.
Yeah, she is.
She's probably sitting there
Well,
like, look at
President
this
Harris led
buffoon.
this effort. Led this effort.
One more
Yeah,
time.
just
One more
that's all
time.
right.
I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort.
You
He
idiot.
looked at-
That is the shot of the day.
What an idiot.
Oh my God.
This guy's the dumbest person,
Yeah.
maybe ever to be elected.
It's quantifiable.
Dumb.
It's quantifiable. It's literally.
Oh my God.
You can literally put a
Please
spreadsheet
step away,
together.
Biden. Handlers,
Yeah.
please let him go. But he doesn't know what it means to step away.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Tabitha says it is a conspiracy Friday that he's never even stepped foot in the White House, right?
You know what? I really don't know. I really don't believe
God,
he
he's
has.
dumb.
I don't believe he's, and it's not because I don't think that they have elected him as the president, even if it was by cheating. I think it's because of his health condition. You know, we know for a fact in 2021, they haven't
Mhm.
released for 2022 yet. 2021, he spent 101 days in his Delaware basement.
Yeah.
And he refuses to release the visitor logs for those 101 days. We have no idea who is coming in and out of his home making deals with him. And then we know he has the fake White House stage.
Yes.
Conspiracy Friday.
And I think it's because he has health issues. I don't think the guy can make it into the White House. He doesn't even know how to get there. Remember that one time the helicopter landed
yeah.
and they were like ushering him one
yeah.
way and he like cut between the bushes.
Bushes.
And they're all like, where is he going?
It did. It
he
looked-
doesn't even know how to get
It
to the
looked
White
like
House.
the Homer Simpson meme where he just disappeared into the
Yeah.
bushes.
Yeah. He went into the portal.
Drew Collins from the line says he kicked Republicans' ass.
yeah,
Well,
right.
no, he didn't. Drew, he sucks. He's the dumbest president in the history of this country.
Oh my God.
He's part of the conspiracy that's going on. He has given us more fodder over the past few years that he has been in office. It will also go down as the worst presidency in the history of this country.
Even worse than Obama, if you can imagine that.
There's some things Obama got credit for, whether we like it or not.
Obama was great when it came to border security, quite honestly.
He was.
deported more people
Things
than any other
changed.
president, but the rest of
So
everything
I believe
he
in
did was
giving
bad.
credit where credit's due, and I also believe in giving the blame where blame is due. And this guy, I've had it. This guy's such an idiot, and I feel bad because
he's truly an
it's
idiot.
not his fault.
Yeah, he's truly an idiot. I mean, literally,
this guy.
like he's medically.
I don't
an
feel
idiot.
sorry for him. His nickname is Pedo Peter, for God's sake.
You're right. You're right.
His own son calls him Pedo Peter. That's a fact. It was in his cell phone as Pedo Peter and Jill. I don't feel sorry for him for 1
Say that 3
second.
times fast just for fun.
Peter.
Tara, great reminder. I did see this in the past. This guy is also the one who said 20,000 pounds of fentanyl will kill 1,000 people.
Yes, I saw that.
20,000 pounds of fentanyl will kill an entire country.
They decrease the strength somehow overnight. Now you can actually party without having to worry about dying.
I can't remember all of the crap he has said.
I know. And look
And
what Nick said on the comment line. Where's the cognitive test results at? He's not taken one. As in fact, Biden has not submitted a health report since 1999.
And guess what?
1999.
That's more important than Trump's taxes.
I know.
Guess what, Tab? If we get the House rocking and rolling, we can actually start to make some news in the House about we need to get medical records of this guy.
No one cares about that. No one. Look, they have a as a matter of
Hey,
fact,
Scotty, nobody
no.
cares about that. Don't worry about it. It's all good. He's good.
Look at all of the ridiculous things. We just got
Do you
Trump's tax
understand-
returns.
Yeah.
What was
Well,
it? 6,000 pages.
Nobody cared about
since
that.
since
Nobody
for the
cared.
past 6 years.
Nobody cared.
They're so worried about that. Today's obviously the anniversary for January 6th. They put a whole committee together over that. No one cares about the health of the president. It's why isn't
Tab,
everyone
you look frustrated today.
why isn't
You're right.
everyone demanding to see his health report? Why?
I did.
Where
I just
are these
did. Did you hear me?
Republicans in
I
Congress?
demand to see
Because
his
the
health report.
Republicans are too busy trying to get Trump elected to Speaker of the House.
All right. So this was sent around last night. Since it's Free for All Friday, I want to show.
And
this.
Marjorie Taylor. Oh,
I saw that this morning. That is
What the
hilarious.
hell?
Nancy McCarthy.
I love
And that's
Oh
pretty
my
much what it
God.
will be.
That's hysterical.
Oh my God. That
I was literally in bed, just almost in tears,
That-
laughing at that.
no,
picture.
that looked like my 3rd grade gym teacher. And I just that's Miss Williams.
Oh my! I was thinking the
I know
same
this
thing. I know
person.
that person. It's Kevin Bacon.
Everybody does. We call them Karens.
Garrett. Exactly. So, is there a
Oh my
backstory to
God.
that? Is that like Kevin selling his soul to the Democrats? Is that the whole
He's
point of that?
That's exactly
It's
what it is.
exactly what it is.
Oh
It's
my God.
exactly
This
what
is getting
it
to
is.
be silly.
Secretary of Health.
Tabitha, make a call and tell him to get this over with. Let's go. It's time.
Come
I
on,
hope
Tabitha.
they
Tabitha.
hold out to the very end. I hope they hold out to the very
What
end.
is the end? The end of the session?
As long as it
Forever?
takes. As long as it takes.
Infinity?
Because you know
Okay.
what happened also yesterday?
What?
And this is exactly why
Scott,
this is such an important issue. The United States under Biden, guess what we did? We teamed up with Germany and we're sending these big tanks over to Ukraine, big
Mhm.
tanks.
Yeah.
And why are we doing this?
Big.
Why are we doing this?
Huge.
I know I was gonna.
Massive.
I was waiting for you to
They're
say that.
huge. They're huge.
I'm just gonna randomly pop
Huge.
this picture in today.
I think you should. I think you should. Every time Tabitha says that, every time you hear Tabitha
Big.
today say that we need to keep going forever and ever and ever,
As
I think
long as
pop
we
that
can.
picture up.
Fight for your country, Eric. Stand up and
I
fight.
am. I don't think that McCarthy is a communist.
He's siding with Democrats over Republicans who want to secure the border, who want term limits, who want to stop funding Ukraine. Who's the bad guy here? It's McCarthy.
This guy.
Picture. Thank
So-
We're just having fun, Tab. We're just having fun. You don't-
As am I. As am I.
Okay, okay.
Tabitha likes that.
But I am waiting for you to stand up and fight for your country. I'm glad, but you agree. I know
I
ultimately
feel
you
like
agree with
Braveheart
me.
in here all of a sudden.
Fight, Eric.
No, I mean, there's things to talk about. We got that going on, and we're just having some fun. It's a free for all Friday. I mean, let's just Congress is a mockery now. It's a joke. Everything that's going on there's an absolute joke. I know you get angry, Tabitha, when that stuff happens, and
I'm tired of sending
but-
money to Ukraine.
yeah,
I am
I know. So am I.
fed
That's
up because you know what? That's my money. That's your money that's going to
Yeah.
Ukraine. We keep funding this war. We are funding the bloodshed, and McCarthy is going to continue to vote for these ridiculous programs. He
and
will.
so is Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She might. She might.
Mark, you know what? I think something's going on with her and McCarthy.
I saw that photo of her gazing at him with
Well,
little
and-
starstruck eyes.
You said it, so I think we're going to show it. Now, she just got a divorce. He's married. But the way, there's people that look at like Tabitha, you look at me like this sometimes. I look down at you and you're just like gazing up at me.
Aw, I'm like Vic, my idol.
I think we're gonna show you this picture.
Hold on, I got the wheel of death.
The wheel of death comes. In the meantime,
This is brutal. This is now.
In the
This
meantime-
is conspiracy stuff.
in the meantime,
They're just
Drew
reacting.
Drew says, no, it's the Fed's money. You're wrong,
Drew.
Tabitha. You're wrong.
Who do you think gives the Fed money? That's you and us.
Don't forget to pay your taxes. Ukraine depends on it. Thank you, Glenn. Jay says, like him or not, the Freedom Caucus has no candidate. They need to pick
Exactly.
a speaker.
I agree.
What
I
a great
agree.
point.
Thank
Oh
you.
my
At-
God.
at
Thank you
the
very
end-
much. Why,
I agree.
why
At
do
the
I
end
even
of-
come in here? Our listeners are way better than I am. It's
You
unbelievable.
said it.
That
No, I'm
is
kidding.
that's such a great point. Tab,
I'm just teasing.
who is the
Eric.
cat in the Freedom Caucus that's going to stand up slowly with the slow motion camera on and going,
I think
I will take you on,
I think
Kevin
Jim-
McCarthy.
There it is.
Jordan needs
Look,
to do it.
now look at Tabitha. This is that look.
Who's
Hi,
that guy?
Daddy.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, look at her looking at Kevin McCarthy.
She could have flipped him off 2 seconds after that. We don't know.
The-
What was going on.
maybe this look at how much she loves.
What she was really looking at was this.
God. Oh, my God.
God.
From 60
Tabitha,
yards.
does that explain her support for McCarthy? You think something's
Uh-oh.
going on there?
Uh-oh.
You know what? A lot of things
'Cause
happen. A
nobody
lot
can-
of things happen behind closed
Nobody
doors.
can figure out why she's supporting McCarthy, right?
Well, there's no question she wants back on the committees.
And
I mean, she
exactly.
completely-
Well, that's the
She
game.
got kicked off her
Bingo.
That's the
committees.
game,
You have-
Tab.
You have to
Tabitha.
play the game.
Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do.
I'm glad to
I
see you coming
know.
around on
I know how
this.
the game works. We've all been there.
But I don't think
she's
she's
infiltrating. Is
Yeah.
what she's doing.
Maybe
with that look.
I'm just
Maybe.
telling you what, if she's playing the game, she's playing it at a
Well,
high level.
but think about
because
think about
that
her
look,
strategy.
look at that look. She's
don't-
like,
I don't
Do you
think it's that big of a deal.
Do you have the keys to your office yet?
Kevin, you're my daddy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or my mommy.
We don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Sometimes people have to make little deals. I mean, if I were Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm not
Yeah.
saying I would have done this,
Okay.
but these folks, the 20 get together, they have their own little meetings, and she's probably
Is that what you
involved.
call them now? Little
And
meetings?
little
Used
meetings.
to be called casting couch back in the day.
well, she used to talk about President Trump's little dinghy. You remember
Oh,
that?
the little
A
dinghy.
boat.
Pull the
You
dinghy.
didn't say boat.
boat.
You said you would play
You would
or ride.
You would gladly
Did
be.
you say you'd ride his dinghy?
Yeah,
A
that was
boat.
it.
You said you'd
You
ride
guys
his little
turned it
dinghy.
into something dirty.
No,
No,
Tabitha,
no.
You said you would ride President Trump's little dinghy.
I meant like the Tinder for the boat.
well, we know what you meant now, but it didn't come out.
She
that
would
way.
swipe left for the dinghy.
Either way, there's
Right.
nothing wrong with Marjorie Taylor Greene because she might serve. She knows there's enough folks to overturn the vote for McCarthy.
I feel like
And if this gets her back on the committee where she can do more good,
for her
for
her
us-
constituents,
if she can do more good, that's a little teeny tiny price to pay. Now, if there's something more going on here, that's a whole
Todd
other story.
says she's on Tinder, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Who is Marjorie Taylor Greene?
yeah, probably.
Glenn says enough of you guys. Now back to COVID and gag balls.
Exactly. Tabitha. We need to do a shot with you right now. If there was ever a day for a shot Friday, it would be right
You know
now.
what?
Mm.
Glenn gave me the Woodford Reserve. I have it out in my
Well,
car.
I'm just saying, Tab might need the whole bottle. She'll be all right.
It is.
What are you going to do when Kevin McCarthy becomes the speaker? Because it's going to happen.
It's
It
not.
looks-
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen.
I think
I don't
it's-
know. I don't
If
know.
we put our bets down today, I would still say I would take McCarthy versus the field.
Yeah.
The entire field.
You have 200
depends.
people that immediately have to go, okay, we're out. We're going to vote for somebody else and not feel like they just succumb to a hostage crisis.
It depends on whether or not McCarthy can tame his ego down a little bit and whether or not he's a true American and he can go back to these 20 and negotiate. You know, we need him to negotiate because the policies they want are the policies that help us.
You know what, though? Kevin would have to literally admit, he'd go, you guys got me. I'm a rhino. Ah, you got me. You really think that in the back of his mind, he's going, I don't even know what this establishment talk is all about. I've been a conservative. I have just raised what, $250 million for candidates, some of them who are voting against me now. I mean, what the hell?
He's getting a big wake-up call right now. Did you see his son that was sitting next to him?
You have an
He
answer
looked like
for
he
everything.
was going to cry.
For what?
Because you know what? I am sure he worked his whole life to be speaker. I have no doubt in my mind.
And that's okay.
What he's
that's
done,
okay.
the deals with the devils he's made to get in this position. But you know what? We are now the majority. Those 20 people there,
You are now the
they
super
are
minority.
The majority. No,
You're
they,
the super minority.
no, they are the majority. They represent the majority of conservatives because the majority
Do
of
they? 200 people would say, I
majority-
disagree with you.
the majority no the problem is when you look at the entire house, the majority of the folks in the house are establishment Republicans, and so yes, they are the minority in the house. That is true, and we need to change that.
If you're not a loud, wild, crazy, rambunctious person that calls you caucus, you're considered to be establishment.
Yeah. And you know what? Establishment to me means, and I know it. Yeah, nobody
We
wants
just have to be careful
Nobody
about that
wants a
word,
Mitch McConnell.
Establishment, because there's terms that
Yeah.
liberals use on Republicans that are similar to
I
that.
could
Nobody
care less.
wants
They
a
are
Mitch McConnell.
establishment.
Well, it's
Nobody-
establishment.
we
they
get it.
are they are establishment.
You got it, Mitch McConnell. He's establishment in
That's
um,
like somebody calling you a nut job. You wouldn't like to be that. The equivalent would be the other
No,
people being
because
called
no, it's not because
crazy nut job.
calling
Yeah.
crazy a nut job is derogatory and it's
I
defamatory.
mean, you might call Eric Schmidt an establishment guy, would you not?
I
She
think
already
he is
has.
an
He
establishment
did
guy.
his job quite well.
That
He
doesn't-
came in and did it with decorum. He, to me, is a
I
good
love
senator.
I love Eric Schmidt.
Okay,
but,
but then-
you called
but-
him an
yes.
establishment guy.
I haven't
Which
seen
one is it?
what he's going to do yet as a U.S.
You
But then you
senator.
saw him
can't
at-
call them
You
establishment.
saw him as a damn one of the
I-
best AGs in the country.
As an attorney general, I think he could have done things better. I don't think he's the worst by any means. I've said that many times. He could have done things
What did
better.
he do wrong?
Well, he sold land to China in the state of Missouri. That's not good. I mean, I know he had a lot of lawsuits against schools. That was good. He did a lot of really good things. He got all of our rape kits cleared, which was at our suggestion, by the way. And there was a lot of great things he did. I loved him as attorney general.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm holding out my judgment. I like Eric Schmidt. I think he's a really nice guy. And I think a lot of these establishment Republicans are really nice guys. But I think that when you make your way up and you're a House member, you're on the Senate, etc., you either work for the
Okay.
people or you work against the people.
You
And
know
a
what?
lot of these folks are working
I'm gonna have to
against
agree
the
with you
people.
guys, and even you guys on Facebook. I'm gonna agree with you. Maybe he's not the the Tom Brady of speakers. Okay, maybe he's the Neil Lomax of
People don't know.
Well, okay, give me one. Give me.
I don't know who Neil Lomax is.
He's the Bulger of speakers, but he is a guy that wants the job. He's a guy that has capitulated. He has a proven track record of being conservative, at least ish.
And you're
he-
talking about Schmidt.
I'm talking about McCarthy, right
McCarthy.
now. I'm talking about a standoff that we're in. Every day that this goes on, there are staffers that need money that aren't getting a paycheck. There's committees that are not being formed. There are intelligent briefings that are not being read out because they don't have a security clearance. The country is jacked up right now. You have Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats laughing their asses off at this party. You have an election coming up in 24 months. McCarthy has bent over backwards, from what I understand, to give them everything that they want. You can't have 200 people capitulate to 20 people in a democracy. You just can't.
What if
sorry.
the 20 are right, Eric? What if the 20 there are the ones fighting for our freedom? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. You have to back the ones
here you
who are
go.
going to do good in Congress.
In
What did Congress do last
politics?
year?
In politics, there's this thing called checks and balances. The majority, the 200, have spoken.
You,
They
if you
want.
were in
Hold on,
Congress,
hold
you'd
on.
be a sellout.
They want. Ooh, those are fighting words. Those are fighting.
You would be if you were in
words.
Congress. You'd be a sellout. You're telling
No.
me right now
Sellout.
that you'd be a sellout. You
To who?
instead of fighting for your
who?
country and standing with these 20, you would go with the majority just because they're the majority. I mean, why would you say that?
Here's what I'm starting to learn. The senior quarterback on your high school football team would be considered the establishment to you. He's been
I
there.
don't know.
He's been there 4 years. He
I don't
knows the
understand
system, and he
Sports
knows.
talk.
And you want the freshman guy coming in because he
Not
knows how
about
to
being
run outside the
not about
pocket a
being
little bit.
freshman. It's about not siding with the majority just for the sole purpose of siding with the majority when the majority's wrong. You side with the people who
Okay,
are right,
Tab,
even
there's-
when they're the
you're
minority.
And you're
inconsolable.
and whether
You're
she's but
inconsolable.
here's the thing, whether she's right or she's wrong, and we don't have any proof whether she's right or
It's
wrong.
just a matter of opinion.
No. It's her opinion.
That's right.
And that's why we get to talk about it. The best part is at the end of the day, we're all on the same team and we get to make fun of Joe Biden. Now it's funny, but it's also sad
I'm going to tell you a story.
that
I
that's
was
the way that we live in this country.
I was right yesterday, and when I say right, I mean I'm not gleeful about it, but I was right on one of the liberal shows. I heard them put this forward. The Democrats should vote McCarthy in, and they should be very vocal about it so that it looks like McCarthy is a shill to the left wing, because the commentator said he's going to get in one way or another. The Democrats might as well put their vote in so they can have something at the table themselves.
I want to understand your
I didn't
thinking
say
on this. No, I know you
I
didn't say it, but
I'm
do
saying
you,
that I'm
do
saying
you
if I
agree
was
with that?
I'm saying this. If I was Nancy Pelosi, I'd say, look, he's getting in one way or another. We might as well vote for
He's
him.
not getting in one way or the other.
We might as well.
That's
We
what's
might
not
as well
true.
give him 30, 40 votes right now.
Ah.
The only way he's going to get in is if he has to choose sides. If he wants that position, he has to choose sides. He's either going to work with these 20 and they're going to agree to vote for him, or he's going to have to go flip sides to the Democrats. And if he flips sides to the Democrats, he's lost us all.
I'm back on McCarthy's side. You know why?
Oh my God.
Because Scott, because if he can get Marjorie Taylor Greene to look at him the way that she does, as wild, bombastic, and out of the norm. I mean, she's anti-establishment. She is anti-establishment.
Yeah.
But when she can look at Kevin McCarthy like she looks at him,
She was gazing in his eyes, no question.
He's got something going on.
If you put Rippington's,
there's things we don't know.
If you put Rippington's music behind that,
I think
Scotty, that
he'll-
would be perfect.
he'll use
that look.
He can use. I don't know. Do we still have that look anywhere, Scotty?
Which one?
Well,
If you could
the
put
gaze.
If you could put the gaze,
I
put the
think
gaze
that-
on and
Of
put some.
course,
oh,
I got it.
Now put some Anita Baker music on behind that.
Yeah.
Little Barry White. Oh,
But in a way, she's
It's-
kind of looking at him like he's crazy.
No,
too.
she's
There's a lot
not.
of ways
no.
that look can
you
be.
always try to like take the
interpreted.
truth and like twist it. throw it into a blender.
She's got a little bit of a smirk.
No,
She
she's looking
sees
at him
this.
like, yeah, you're my man.
In a way, she's looking at.
If Kevin McCarthy, if Kevin
Come on,
McCarthy,
man. Come on. This is Friday. We can't laugh this
if
much.
Kevin McCarthy can get Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is the anti-establishment political figure, what could he do to AOC? He might be able.
He might already be.
He might be able to flip the
You know
switch
that's
on
right.
AOC as well.
man, she
Yeah.
ain't Little Miss Innocent.
Maybe Kevin McCarthy could wine and dine Corey Bush.
Oh,
you never know.
please.
Maybe
With it, but
help Corey.
Would
Ab-
you want to?
They're,
You'd have-
prob- well,
you'd
they're
have
on
to
the
sha-
same side.
you'd
so
have to shower after.
on
You'd
the
have to
same
shower
side.
after that date.
They're
That's
on
fine.
the same side. Oh my god.
they are. She spoke out against
Tabitha, now you
Donald.
say crazy.
She's not
things.
spoken out against McCarthy, has she? That's a true statement.
Maybe she likes him. Maybe that's
she
a-
does.
There's worse
Maybe
things
there's
in the
things
world.
he's got we don't know about.
You know, here's something.
She's
You got,
too busy calling Byron, Donald's, and Uncle Tom a prop,
Ooh, good point.
Very unfortunate
point.
circumstance.
as we talked about
yes.
yesterday. But regardless,
Yeah, come on, Tabitha. It's time.
I am never
It's
giving up
time.
my position here because you know why?
It's time.
Unlike you,
It's
I
time.
don't side with the masses just to side with the masses.
no,
like-
but you go against on purpose.
No, I
You-
don't.
yes,
no,
you
I
do.
Don't. No, I don't.
You do
No, I
just to
don't.
be antagonistic.
No, I don't.
You
I
were-
100% behind these
Established. All right.
people. As is Scotty. Scotty's
Donald
pretty quiet
Trump
over
is
there. He's
establishment.
on my side.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit stuff that you're saying. I guess I can say that.
We all
We're
agree with you,
explicit.
Tab.
It's
Hey, our Navy SEAL did yesterday. So.
Scott,
right?
it's us against the world.
Tabitha,
What
we-
the truck?
We agree with you. It would be fantastic to have someone who is a complete patriot that walks in the chamber with the flag on his back and say, "I am beholden to no one. There's no corporation that has my tongue." We all agree with you, Tab.
And
But
they
the
won't
problem-
be in DC.
the
Do
But
you
the
guys
problem
see the
is-
light of it though? Like where, maybe they are standing up. Maybe they might look crazy, but maybe they are the ones that are standing up for that side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to look crazy
Yeah.
to get attention.
I agree.
Freedom's not
I do
easy. I
agree.
said this yesterday and the day before. It's not easy. You have to do whatever it takes. It's 20 now. It'll
Jim
be 40
Jordan.
next time.
Jim Jordan
60
is the
next time, and
Jim
we're going to
Jordan
take the house.
is the poster child of the Freedom Caucus.
That
and
was
he's-
comedy.
and he still is looking to get McCarthy as
Yeah.
the speaker. He's
Jim
the guy.
Jordan is anti-establishment. Marjorie Taylor Greene, anti-establishment, and they're two of his biggest supporters.
Yes, and
That's
so is
the
Trump.
Can you
That's
blame?
the problem with
Trump
the Republicans
is
right
also
now.
a supporter.
Can you blame Jim
And
Jordan for
Trump.
not?
And Trump.
Come on, man.
Come
Help me
on,
out.
man.
We know it's not going to be Trump.
Come on,
He's
man.
not even a member of the House.
No, he doesn't want to be. He's like, just vote for McCarthy. Let's get this over with. Let's go. I need some investigations going on. I need to know what's in that laptop. Let's go.
you know what?
At the end of the day,
Thank God for these 20.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan, and
Gays.
Donald Trump all.
Donald John Trump.
There you go.
Trump.
Yeah, for those just joining the show. Yeah, and the leader of the caucus, the comedy caucus, yeah, nominated Donald Trump for Speaker of the House.
Okay. No
which
one's
provided some great meme fodder yesterday, but nothing towards actually getting this whole thing done.
Yeah.
So, are we all good?
Yeah, you guys lost. I won.
Yes,
Scotty and I won the
Yoo-hoo.
debate.
Scotty's not on your side.
Scotty and I won the
You're
debate.
looking-
I'm probably more on her side than I am your guys, just to be honest.
I mean,
How
here's the
dare
deal.
you. How dare you?
Here's the deal. The Foo Fighters have to get a new drummer. It's going to piss a lot of people off when they get the drummer that they want. Okay. Foo Fighters are coming back and they're going to have a new drummer. And
well, that's a little different. The man passed away, so you have to replace him to continue.
yeah, but if it's
That's
not the
true.
guy that I want, I'm not going to a Foo Fighters concert ever again.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Why?
That's a total lie. I just lied to you.
I was going
To
to
your
say,
face.
you're so.
I'm
full of
just
it.
saying it's the same thing. It's like you there's
Dave
one.
Grohl ain't going to put anybody in there that can't handle the job.
Let me think about that for a second.
There's no way.
You know, Matt Cameron's pretty good at doing the Seattle band.
You know
scene.
what? Put Grohl behind the drum kit and just give him a headset mic.
That would be brutal.
Okay.
That would be a brutal
And
night.
Bonnie,
I'm
He'd be
sorry.
pretty winded.
He would be
I wanna-
winded.
He's getting old, man.
Yeah, he is.
I
He
want to
can't
answer
do that.
Bonnie really quick. You guys can go back to that.
Sorry.
She asked, no, you guys
What'd
are
she
having a
say?
great conversation. But when the comment scrolls, I won't be able to see it again. Bonnie said she agrees with me, but why couldn't they have figured this out before now? It's on the taxpayers' dollars now. Not cool. Well, Bonnie, they have been working with Kevin McCarthy since August, and since August,
Yep.
he has
Mm-hmm.
refused because he didn't think he needed them.
He
He
overplayed.
didn't think he needed their votes.
He overplayed his hand because he thought that there was going to be a red wave and he wouldn't need their votes. That's what happened. And then when the majority in the House was slimmer than what he had thought, it came time to cash that check that he overrode. And now he's paying the price for it. That's what happens in politics.
right.
He basically did this. He did this to them, is what McCarthy did.
Back to
Because
the Foo
that's
Fighters, Eric.
because that's how politics is played. It's all
Yeah.
part of the game.
Well,
He's like, aha, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm the man. I've paid my dues here. Like I gave the analogy yesterday. It's my turn. It's my time. Yeah, we'll work out, but I'm going to do things my way. And then all of a sudden, whoop, the tables turned. And then now he's in a bad spot.
yeah, the American people said we're not going to give you 50 new seats in the House of Representatives. You have 3 or 4 to work with.
And
knock
Drew
yourself
says that's
out.
because the American people love Joe Biden as president.
It's not Joe Biden. It's not that they love
Come
Joe
on,
Biden.
Drew.
It's not they love Joe Biden. The social issues won that one. The abortion debate won that one in a lot of communities. Unfortunately, that's just the truth.
Hey,
And it is the truth. I'm sorry.
hey, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to talk about Russia claiming they shot down a UFO last night. It is a
Was it last night?
paranormal free-for-all
Overnight.
overnight.
What?
Russia says they shot down a UFO.
Well, their air defense system automatically shut
Now,
it down.
my inside sources are telling me it came out of the inside of the earth near Antarctica where the other civilization lives that we don't talk about a lot.
See, you just mixed up misinformation with maybe real information. Are you serious or are you kidding? You can't do that to me.
He's kidding.
Join us on
And-
the other side of the break.
And Jeff says Trump for Foo Fighters drummer.
Oh, yeah. Hell
There you
yeah.
go.
With his dance,
Yeah. Make America rock again.
He did that in a speech for the Kid Rock concert.
Did he really?
Yeah, they played a video of Trump talking about how patriotic Kid Rock was.
Yes.
And he says, "We're going to make America rock again." And the crowd
Ladies and
was
gentlemen,
crazy.
give it
It
up
was
for-
amazing.
Give it up for Foghat. Here they are.
is that
It was amazing. I wish I could find the video.
You
It's
gotta
amazing.
I was
find
like, if you find it, because you're rock and roll with the video now, our show is now going to new levels. And yes, we told you we were an evolving show. Just wait, there's so much
I knew
more
I
to
shouldn't
go.
have done it. Now there's going to be more.
Yeah, baby.
Come on. This is great. This
you're-
is great.
Yeah, but you're awake now. This is waking you up.
Yeah,
and you
I
like,
love this.
You like doing it.
I'm not sleeping over here.
And besides, we're all over the
We're gonna
freaking place
make
today on a
America
Friday.
rock again. That's
I'll
great. That's
find
the
it.
greatest thing I've ever heard.
I'll find it.
Hey, by the way, share the show everywhere, and we appreciate it. Holly, we do. And we'll do a better job of the comments on YouTube because we do want people on YouTube, Rumble. Go to canceltheshow.com. That's where you check out all of our live streaming services. Facebook's one of them. I thought all of our comments were on the same page, Tabitha. I thought that we had with our platform. Remember,
All of our comments. So, yeah, if you're out there, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, your comments are all going to come up on one feed to us. So we are going to see your comments in one.
because Holly
place.
said, I think the stream is faster on YouTube. And it
Okay.
might be. We love YouTube.
Maybe.
We love Rumble as well. And that's
Yeah.
and if you're watching on Facebook or somewhere else, go to all the streams.
Okay.
Like, subscribe,
That's
share the
right.
show. We love it. That's how we become bigger anyway.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We're talking about Russia shooting down the UFO. And Eric,
Are you serious?
You
Are you
didn't.
kidding?
You really didn't know that there's been something with a subterranean culture, another society, another.
You're having a really hard time saying that without a smile on your face. You know that?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? If Vic Faust says
This
it's
goes
true,
all the
it's
way back to
freaking
World
true.
War
The
II
next
and
Foo
the
Fighters
Nazis.
drummer lives there.
He does.
Yeah. He's got 4 arms.
All right, get up. We got to go to LA. Oh, such a long flight.
Quick break. Back with this. Scott, Eric, Tabitha, I'm Vic. Back with more right after this.
Chewy box is coming today.
Calm down, Lenny. We just ordered it yesterday. Oven baked apple biscuits!
Everyone, I love you.
Hey guys, welcome back to our Friday edition of Cancel This. You know what we do. Politics, news, commentary, fun, comedy, which is Congress these days. Eric Johnson, Tabitha Hassel, Vic Faust, Scotty Herkin on the boards. Just trying to do whatever we can. Cancel culture interviews as well. Share the show, canceltheshow.com. You can check out all of our original content there. We finished the show. We put it out on audio podcast as well. A lot of people like to listen to their podcast. There's people who are here who like to watch it as well. So anyway, we're doing what we do. It's a free-for-all Friday, Paranormal Friday. We have some serious stuff, but we also have some, well, maybe not so serious stuff.
And maybe very serious.
One of these days, you're going to realize there's stuff going on in Antarctica and underneath
What are you
the
talking
surface.
about?
That there's an
Antarctica?
entire civilization under the Earth's surface. And there's portals, which you do believe in because you've talked about CERNs and portals in the past. And how do you think that the subterranean extraterrestrials enter our atmosphere, Eric? They come up through those.
What's subterranean?
Haven't you ever seen Transformers?
Yeah.
That came out of Antarctica. Even National Treasure started in Antarctica.
And you know why they did that? It's just like The Simpsons.
They're prepping us.
They're prepping us. We're being prepped, Eric. If that doesn't raise the hair on your back, I don't know what does.
And then Shia LaBeouf is going to save us all.
Yeah. I mean, their technology really has gotten advanced since the 50s.
Holly says they're often hovering above mountains. You know this, Eric. Do we want to? Okay, wait a second. Before we went to break, before we get into the UFOs,
Okay.
I'm convinced Tabitha has been abducted at one point in time.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Didn't you admit to it?
Did it hurt?
No.
She said, "Please don't take me back."
She said no.
I can't deal with those damn establishment people.
Me too.
I want UFOs and extraterrestrials.
I need a probing device for her thick skull. We can't get
Oh,
it.
thank God! I thought
Yeah,
you said she was
no.
gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Oh no.
Anyway, Scotty, what'd you pull for us up during the break, man?
All right, we were talking about Kid Rock and having the opening with Donald Trump, and he
Yeah.
did this whole speech, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to play this for you. Hold on here, 1 sec.
I want this as my
Okay,
intro
so it's on there now.
every morning.
I'm going to scoot it back just a little bit because they actually announce him, which is pretty cool.
States of America
Oh, there. Hold on. There we go.
have a very special announcement from the 45th President of the United States of America. Hello, everyone. I love you all. I know you're having a great time at the Kid Rock concert tonight. Quite frankly, he's amazing. All of you in attendance are the true backbone of our great country. Hardworking, God-fearing, rock and roll patriots. Bob is truly one of the greatest entertainers of our time. Not the best golfer by any means. His golf game could use a little work, but a great, great entertainer, and that's why you're there. Let's all continue to love one another, fight for our God-given freedoms, and most of all, let's make America rock again.
I want that.
Have a wonderful time tonight. God bless you, and God bless America.
Dude, the
Happy Friday!
I want that as
the
my alarm
crowd
clock.
went absolutely berserk.
Do we know when this occurred? Like time frame?
It happens on every show. That's
Okay.
his. Yeah, he
That
plays
he's
it.
currently
Well, at least
doing?
this last tour that he did over the summer,
That's
and it
cool.
was. I mean, the crowd went.
Goes
I mean,
nuts.
you're talking Kid Rock fans, so there was like a lot of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it
Oh, it
You
was
know what
amazing.
though? It happened when
I
he
got goosebumps. I'm like,
I-
did
I
he
know.
really just do that?
make
Sounds like another
America
Derek Pratt cup.
rock. Make America rock again. That's the cat that said we should have McCarthy as the Speaker of the House, Tab.
Don't take us back there. We're not going.
Here we
there.
go. Back to UFOs. Go, go, go.
Scotty. Did you
quick
have?
pivot? Quick
Did you,
pivot.
yes, we're doing a quick pivot because the look Tabitha gave would have. No, seriously, you had laser. It was forming in your eyes. I saw them get red. I saw
I
the
know.
heat start to form. It was circling.
Look at she
Before
takes
the
shots
laser.
at me all the time. Look at the burn marks behind me. Look at that.
Oh, my gosh.
She'll like.
It's like you have to be on your toes over here, man.
Later on, we are going to come back to that because Scotty has something really funny to post.
Oh, he do you have it now?
At some point.
If he has it
Did
now,
you
we'll do
send it
now,
back?
or we can
Yeah,
wait.
I sent it back to you.
All right, hold on. Let me.
It's pretty funny.
But Tabitha, you do. Do you
Yes.
realize the looks that you give?
They're not that. Maybe that's just my natural look.
Which is not good.
Maybe that's just my natural look.
It's like, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
look at you over there. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Derek
We'll go.
Pratt, he's on the comment line. He needs to make a cup that says "Make Congress Great Again."
Oh, there you
I
go.
like it. That's good.
I'm not sure if they've ever been great, but we'll work on that.
Here we
All right,
go.
I have that photo.
Go ahead.
Okay, I
Let's-
don't know what
let's-
I don't know what's coming.
Let's
I know
rock
you
this
don't.
thing. Let's rock this.
So
thing.
the same as Marjorie staring at McCarthy,
Mhm.
Tabitha has one kind of doing that to you.
Oh, that's so cute.
I don't know why I'm in the picture, but
Look at that.
I think that was when you were explaining to me, Vic. If you do a Jaeger bomb,
we won't be on at 7 o'clock.
there is no way in effing hell I'm going to be there since you're trying to do a show at 7 o'clock.
I think I was
That was
smiling.
exact. I said, well, what about our cancel this shot?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what's in it?
I think I was smiling at someone behind you.
And oh, that's Tabitha.
Yes.
Oh, you are gazing at me,
She's
Tabitha.
longing. It's
Wait a
longing,
second.
Longingly.
I gotta look
She
at that.
doesn't want to be canceled.
Yeah.
Nick.
I was
That's
looking
funny.
at somebody behind you, but
Actually, you look like you're doing quite fine. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
that was towards the end of the night.
How many gummies had you had by that time?
0.
Zero, but it was the shots. It was the cancel this
Too
shot.
funny.
Our
Anyway.
the photos were too dark. I couldn't even tell you
It
were
is
there.
very dark
Yeah.
photography.
That's all right.
Let's not forget about
It was
this
a
one, though.
bar.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Yeah. We gotta stop showing.
I've got one like that,
just-
too.
it makes
That
it-
looks-
That was the last time.
That
It's
looks like the
gross.
manager of MSNBC. is what that looks like. She's the manager.
Head of HR.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to play it one more. Head of HR for.
that does look like that.
I'm done. I'm done now. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh my god, that's the best. That is the head of HR.
All right.
Eric,
We
Yeah,
need, we need to make one of those of a combination of Eric and AOC. That would be
Oh, that would be
fantastic.
Brutal. I would hate to scar her face as much as it.
no,
would be
she
scarred.
would. No, she'd be like gazing up at you on the stage. By the way, is your Rock Band Platinum Rock Legends playing anywhere this week?
No, we're off for 2 weeks.
Oh, how about that?
We're off for 2 weeks.
You sold out for the 8,000 in Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just this is just a weird time for bands. I think January's a really crazy.
Okay,
Everyone's kind of partied out. right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You need to give them a month.
there you go. I agree. All right, a suspected UFO was shot down. I repeat, a UFO, suspected UFO, shot down over a Russian area. I'm not going to get into the place. Russian lawmakers are claiming it was a Ukrainian drone.
Okay.
Others say, nah. They have wilder theories. Now, Scotty, I'm going to send you a pic. If you can pull it up, there's a pic, and it looks like.
Now that's not the real picture of it.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. Because the real photo, or what a real photo would look like, and the way that it was described, and it depends on the article you read. I've read some articles where the government believes that it was potentially a UFO because it didn't look like a drone. It was a small round sphere, perfectly round. Their air defense system shot it down over Russia, and they have declared martial law in 4 regions of Russia because of this.
Poor guy was probably just playing frisbee or something.
Yeah. It's massive news in Russia.
It's huge.
It's the biggest story in Russia
and
right
in
now.
and in Israel. Is the Israel Times posted it. It's making its way around because it happened overnight. But some of the witness accounts were pretty wild. You know, one guy was stated as saying that they were in their home, they heard this huge explosion, and it rocked their entire house. People are saying there's damage to some homes in the area, windows blown out. That wouldn't happen if you shoot down a drone.
It would if it was armed with missiles.
Well, maybe. But so we have to ask if this is a small, round, completely spherical object. That's not what a drone looks like. Now, Todd Bodecker
Not at
mentioned
all.
earlier, maybe it's some type of new technology, but if it is, it's nothing that we know about. And some of the articles that we see out there, including the one that we have posted on our photo this morning, that is not what it looked like. It was one small spherical, completely round object. So we have to leave it up to our imaginations. What was it?
1.5 miles above the
We
earth.
already know the government has already come out on this, as we've talked about. Foo Fighters, Blink 182, other even music groups, for whatever reason, getting and leading the charge on unidentified flying objects. We already know that the government has not been 100. They came out, they were forced to talk about this about a year and a half ago and said they can't explain and don't have any idea what a bunch, and I mean a bunch of sightings are. Zero idea. And when the government is saying we don't have any idea what's going on, just like they said with the Wuhan lab, it's like, we can't prove it or disprove it. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You know something's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 years ago, this is when I started to go, okay,
Here we go.
maybe there's something going on. You remember John F. Kennedy, right?
Vaguely.
Have you ever heard of why he could have been assassinated?
Okay, I'm listening.
Because there was word, even Marilyn Monroe, before she died, that he was going to let the American people know that there are aliens. That he had wrote out a report.
Ooh,
That he had wrote out a report.
okay.
This is Paranormal Free for All Friday, all goes. That wrote out a report. Now, obviously, he was also involved with with our federal banking system as well. But there were a couple things where he was just too willing to be honest about a lot of secrets.
Okay.
And that, for whatever reason, that captured me from that standpoint, connecting A to B and B to C.
Well, that would have been right around Roswell time, about a decade after that, right? 54, wasn't that? 50?
Oh, yeah.
So Roswell came out in the 50s. I don't remember.
This may sound kind of crazy to people, but
So-
it is a free for all Friday.
And it happened here
So
in
you're-
Missouri before Roswell.
So you're the president of the United States, and you have to hold this secret. You're either holding a secret against the American people, or you're saying, guys, I got to tell you something. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That would have disrupted the entire world that fast within the click
From the
of-
comment line, too. I've heard this about Donald Trump. I'm so glad you brought that up, Jeannie. Oh, is that why they hate Trump so bad? Because President Trump had been rumored
yes.
to talk about aliens. Alien
well,
life
even
and talking.
Obama.
What happened with Obama? on that?
Obama had an interview, and every time a guy gets an interview with a president, they, a long expose type interview, they would sit down. One of the questions that always comes up: are there aliens? It might be tongue in cheek, it might not be, but there's a few interviews where Obama goes, "Well, there's things I just can't talk about." That to me, those kind of answers are an admission of like, yeah, there are.
But it's turned
can't
into
tell you about
something
'em.
so much bigger than that, because remember the congressional hearings? They keep delaying them and delaying them and delaying them.
And even the government comes out in the congressional hearings and says, like, yeah, we got a trove of these sightings.
You can't, we're to the point now where you can't deny it, because too many military folks see them. As a matter of fact, I looked at the article this morning. I don't recall where it was, but just last week, one of our military members said they saw what appeared to be a UFO flying very near one of our nuclear sites. And they said that, this is a common occurrence. In Ukraine, remember, I've read you guys this report numerous times. You can find it online. Astronomers in the Ukraine have said that they see UFOs all the time over Ukraine, but they said anyone can see them, but you have to take your camera equipment and change the refractory on it and slow it down, because they move faster than we can see them. They're faster than the speed of our eyes. So that's why we often don't see them. But astronomers in Ukraine, these are some smart scientists, they said they see them all the time. So whether you believe it or not, I don't know. But I believe that our government has made strides in admitting that there is something going on that we can't explain. It's not technology we have. It's not technology another country has. So where is it coming from?
Have you ever seen that video of the nuclear missile? I guess it's a test that was flying through the air, and the UFO came and shot it down.
No.
Have you ever seen that, Scotty? That video of the missile that's going through the air, and then there's something following around.
I know
it
what you're
and
talking
shooting
about.
like either light beams at it.
Yeah.
Or
It
laser
It looks
beams.
like
I've
little
seen that
light
one.
dots coming at it.
Yeah.
I have seen that video.
And then there's like an expert that says there's no way this could happen. And he's like, I'll look it up and try to get it to you by next hour. But there are videos like that make me go, what the hell? And then all of a sudden the missile drops out of the air. It blows up because of this thing following it around.
I remember that.
Shooting. But so those kind of things. But you know what? Those videos are TikTok videos. That's where
That
I
doesn't
see
make
this
it not
stuff.
real.
I didn't say that. I didn't
but-
say that at all.
When I started to look at this stuff about a year ago, you continue to hear this former Israeli space security chief. He is the guy he has talked all about this, and he says that American presidents know what's going on.
Right.
And the reason we're talking about this too is it's a Friday, and Russia claims that they shot down a UFO over their country last night. We talk about things happening in this world. We talk about us getting all kinds of information. Information is now being uncovered. There's less and less secrets these days. I don't know. I'm curious for everybody's take on it, because I'm a believer. There's something else.
I think so too. If you go right now, let's say I use DuckDuckGo. If you go to DuckDuckGo and you type in the words UFO and Russia, it's like a really big story. This morning there were 2 articles. I just looked it up. There's like 50. If you look it up, you can read about it in, the Russian air defense system. They are still calling it a UFO. And people who saw it believe it was a UFO. Whether it was a drone, whether it was new technology, we don't know. But if you Google UFOs and you put a time parameter in for the past week, you will see all sorts of sightings pop up. There were people who thought they saw a UFO. I believe it was in San Diego. It was either San Diego or San Antonio on New Year's Eve.
No.
People see things like this. I've never seen anything, but people see it all the time.
Look up Las Vegas Gentlemen's Club. Real story, true story.
I was like, where are you going with this?
UFO. Look up Las Vegas Gentlemen's Club UFO. And it's these guys running out of the place, shooting straight up. And it literally is this huge UFO over this gentleman's club. And it's evidence of UFO. It literally, but it makes you think, okay, is this fake somehow? Why are there so many other people shooting up in the air for this UFO?
Well, I wouldn't shoot at it, but
Well, there
maybe
were
people
also-
would.
like video.
Well, there was also rumors that this goes all the way back to President Eisenhower, who signed a treaty with aliens.
I've heard that.
Now we're getting nuts.
No more nuts than Matt Gaetz recommending Donald Trump to be Speaker of the House.
True.
I mean,
So,
seriously,
yeah, you nailed
this
that one.
country's always been crazy.
Did you guys know that in 2022, the state of Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
it's so weird that this report was just released this morning. The state of Missouri was number 20 as far as UFO sightings. And before Roswell happened, there was an alleged UFO crash right here in the state of Missouri. I think it was somewhere around Cape Girardeau, Perryville, from what I can recall, maybe St. Genevieve, somewhere in that area. And it's really wild if you go back and read the stories about it.
I think back, Stephen Colbert did an interview with former President Barack Obama and asked him flat out, not joking, flat out, straight up serious about aliens. And he's like, I can't tell you.
Right.
And then Colbert pushed a little bit and he had some nervous laughing as well. And he's like, I can't get into it.
Because they know it's true.
Which is interesting because it doesn't matter Republican or Democrat. And then you start to see the next president, Donald Trump, the same thing. And poor Biden wouldn't understand anyway.
Do you really want to know?
Yes, 100%.
Seriously.
Know what? If there's UFOs?
Hell,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, I want to know. I will
Eric
never
wants
believe
to stick
there's
his head in the
not.
sand, and that's fine.
No, I don't want to stick
Okay.
my head in the sand. I'm just saying, do you what would you do with that
Why was that
information?
funny?
What would you do with that information?
There's not much you can do just
You
to
can't
know
do-
it.
Yeah.
But that's like life. You want to know things,
Doesn't that
even if you
change the
can't do
world at
anything
that
about
moment?
it.
Eric, what would you do if you found out right now, if these congressional hearings came out and they said, yes, UFOs do exist. Now they call them UAPs. It really is extraterrestrial
Whoa,
life. What would you do?
UAPs? What are UAPs?
That's the new name for UFOs. When they're doing these congressional hearings, they've renamed them UAPs.
What does that stand for?
Oh, unidentified something or another. I don't know. A lot like UFOs. So I'm sure someone on the comment line remembers what it is.
Aerospace projectile.
No, that would be when the aliens throw up in space. That would be something else.
Do you know in Piedmont, Missouri is one of the areas in Missouri that
I
has
didn't even know we had a Piedmont.
Missouri. Yep. My grandfather, a lot of my family is from there.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Thank you.
Unidentified maybe that's the woke term now. I don't know.
Aliens
It could
can
be.
identify as anything else but alien.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were talking about Piedmont?
Oh, I was just saying that in Piedmont, Missouri, they have more sightings in the Piedmont, Missouri area than anywhere else in the state of Missouri. There's maps out there you can go and look, and it'll tell you about every single sighting across the country. And if you look at Missouri, it'll tell you where all the sightings are in Missouri.
I love Jay. Jay's like, guys, isn't Missouri the meth capital of the Midwest? Correlation, possibly.
Oh, maybe.
Hey, Jay taking a shot from the corner. Glenn says, now back to dinosaurs. Did they exist? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. We
No.
This is the best part.
Oh my god.
God, this is exactly what I wanted.
No. How can you say dinosaurs didn't exist?
Well, here's the
How
other
can
thing.
you say they do?
Yeah.
Because they dig them up.
No, they don't. They have never found a dinosaur bone.
Okay.
Never.
Tabitha has one person in this world who's arguably the most popular person in the world right now that agrees with her on this.
Elon Musk.
Elon.
Oh, I was kidding. You're right.
How
Am I
do
right?
you say that they haven't dug
What?
up dinosaurs?
I thought you said that I was trying to back you up. That's not legit.
No, it is, but I didn't know that's where you were going. I thought you were just going to make it
No,
joke.
Elon has posted on this.
All right, before we jump to
He
dinosaurs,
has made fun of people who think dinosaurs actually existed.
do you want to play this video that
Yes.
you sent me?
Yeah, just here. We'll get out of this clip. This is the Israeli prime minister who has made the rounds all across the world talking about his correlation with the United States.
Is this now?
No, this happened like 3 years ago.
Okay. Gotcha.
President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is.
How about that?
Well, what is space?
Dun, dun, dun.
That's the bigger question. I don't care if there's like some reptilians walking around.
There's
What is
reptilians
space?
walking around as well, Eric.
I want to know what space is. That's the more fascinating question.
It is interesting because we obviously don't know now.
They don't know what space is. We can't show them this yet.
Yeah.
We're
Was that
too
was that
dumb.
was that real? Was that not real? Was that fake news? Was that it was from MSNBC talking about Trump? It makes you wonder and think.
Yes, it
Just
Everything
like-
with anything you stick the word Israel in, or for whatever reason, London, it becomes more. It has more legs to it. Has more oomph to it. Because you don't think of the Israeli scientific community lying to us. You think of the United States scientific community lying to us all the time, the CDC and all those guys. But when you put something like Israel in the middle of that, now I'm like going, oh, wait a minute.
Allegedly, the UK has
Wow.
documented government files as well, according to Holly.
And so does Russia.
Jay says just a joke about Missouri meth. I get it. Joe Patterson says they won't fly over downtown St. Louis.
Yeah, they'll steal their aircraft.
No.
Use a USB stick and steal their spaceship.
Cows were hypnotized, some mutilated, burn marks on trees, full of files. And of course, Kimberly says, yes, lots of sightings in Piedmont, Missouri.
Yeah, I did hear about that actually. Is that the lake down there?
Yeah, there's Clearwater Lake.
Yeah.
My family, some of my family is from that area.
Yeah.
It is, and you hear about sightings down there all the time.
Yeah.
And back to Elon, Gina says, why was SpaceX created?
To get to Mars.
Yeah. Why?
Because at some point, why?
All right. There's this genius man.
Elon knows.
He
some stuff.
knows.
He knows some stuff.
It's not only, I don't believe it's not only about the intergalactic defense systems, which is what the next world war, if it has happened here, is in the skies. It's in space. It all gets back to what President Reagan was trying to do with our defense systems in space.
If Elon is using
if Elon
rocket
is
technology to get to Mars, but there's another technology that uses dimensional whatever, then isn't he kind of barking up the wrong tree then? If he
we
knows
got
about
something's
this?
going there. Something's going on, which is why we need to be there, which is why he's there. There would be no other reason. It
No.
is interesting. Lizzie says, let's go camping in Piedmont. Of course you would say that, Lizzie.
I freaked some people out in
flies,
Piedmont
not
years ago.
files. Vic. Got you, G. That's funny. Speaking of Elon, he has recently, and not a long time ago, recently poked fun at and made fun of people who believe in dinosaurs, which is why how that came up.
That's right.
That there's really no, quote, evidence of dinosaurs. What a massive comment. I'm just glad that we have somebody on this show, Tabitha, who says anybody that believes in dinosaurs. Well, you say it. What I mean, you don't.
And there's no proof that dinosaurs exist. What you see when you go to a museum, look up the Natural Museum of Science and History. They will tell you on their page about dinosaurs. These are not bones. There's no dinosaur bones. What these are fossilized rocks that look like bones. And we've carved the rock out to assimilate a bone, and we built the dinosaur out of it.
What caused the fossilization?
Well, over time, they claim if there was really a dinosaur, just like any fossil, the actual animal disintegrates and it leaves an impression in the rock.
Isn't the
but it's
fossil
very
good
much
enough?
up to interpretation.
Isn't the fossil good enough?
A fossil is a rock. It's up
Right.
to interpretation. Just like there's
But if the fossil looks like a dinosaur, isn't that a dinosaur?
it's up to interpretation. Does it look like a dinosaur? Does it not? I mean, you're looking like here in the state of Missouri, it's a big slab of limestone that looks like maybe that's a dinosaur. So they carve it out in the shape of a dinosaur. There is no proof
Okay.
whatsoever that a dinosaur, and people say, oh, well, what about the woolly mammoth? A woolly mammoth is not a dinosaur. It's a very different story. Woolly mammoths did exist. They're not a dinosaur. They're just
but
an
not a
extinct
dinosaur?
Dinosaur?
Dinosaurs didn't exist.
I'm
What
not
about a
saying they didn't exist.
pterodactyl?
I'm saying you can't prove to me that they did.
What about a megalodon?
There's
The-
no proof.
The big shark.
And oil did not come from dinosaurs breaking down and
I
to
don't.
the
I
earth.
think you might be right about that.
There's
That-
no such thing as fossil
I think
fuel.
that's more of the decomposition of leaves over
Yeah,
time.
that's a little strange, and I'm not sure there was that many
Exactly.
I
dinosaurs
know.
that, you know, we can put a pipeline in and drain their
right.
their
Exactly.
remains. Like
No.
that just doesn't make
that
sense.
the earth regenerates oil, petroleum. It continues to happen.
That
and
I don't know about
it's
that one, but there were
never-ending
dinosaurs.
supply.
I like dinosaurs though,
There's
man.
too
I
many damn dinosaurs.
I want to
man.
believe that.
So you mean they never found a raptor?
They
you
have
don't think
never.
the Ice Age
They've never
took them
found a
out?
raptor.
They have never found a dinosaur born. Go back and research it.
What
There's
do you
never
mean?
been
There's
a dinosaur.
archaeologists digging it up.
No, those
Vic,
are
you gotta know-
fossils.
Vic,
Those are fossils.
I'm
in
listening
rock.
first. I
Fossils
will
of a-
enter. I will enter
Vic,
the
you have
game.
enough. You have enough phone
Fossils
numbers
of
on
an
that
animal.
phone.
No, they're not.
Let's
Go-
call somebody.
Go
Somebody-
What are they
online.
then?
Look at go online. Look at the Museum of Natural Resources.
This is what I'm
and
talking
they will
about,
tell
Scotty.
You, they will tell you right there.
This is why McCarthy can't get elected in, because you can't. She's inconsolable. There is
Prove to me next Friday for Free for All Friday. Prove
Prove
to me
to you?
that a dinosaur bone has ever been dug up or that a dinosaur actually existed.
Vic,
Try to prove that.
we need to cancel
Vic.
this budget. We'll talk to Kevin. We'll catch a flight out to Utah or something, and we'll go to one of the excavation
Yeah.
sites of dinosaurs, and we'll report back
Wait.
with evidence that even if it's a fossil, like it's an animal. Like, how do you?
Yeah.
I try to keep an open mind on everything because I've always been of the opinion that dinosaurs were real because
They
I
are
spent
real.
some time
They are.
Because of
with
Jurassic
I've
Park.
spent some time with paleontologists.
Yeah.
I actually broke a story, and now I'm wondering if I
What a
actually
great
broke a
point. He literally discovered a damn dinosaur. Vic Mouse
It's a
discovered a
rock.
dinosaur.
I didn't
it's a
discover it,
rock.
but
It's a rock. It's not a
you know
bone.
what? I made
You did.
I made international news
You
2
sure
times
did.
in 1 year.
Come
one
on,
good, one
Tabitha.
bad.
Tabitha,
2 for 2.
I did.
you're
It
literally
doesn't matter. You got FaceTime, man. Come on.
I'm not saying they don't exist.
I'm
I'm saying I don't,
keeping it.
there's
Oh,
no proof
Eric,
of it.
Eric, I'm trying to keep an open mind to this.
How can you have him? Oh, you saw the digging
I
going on.
know. I know.
You saw the little baby dinosaur coming out of the ground.
And even technically, from a scriptural standpoint, the word dinosaurs never even mentioned biblically either.
yeah, well, they don't mention Emo's Pizza in there
Yeah.
either. So not everything is in the Bible.
Oh, by the way, I'm craving emos again.
Oh my.
After
right now?
after hating it for a while and having it,
It's you're screwed because you're now welcome to my world.
I'll tell you, his
Emo
good
should be
pizza
sponsoring us.
is Wendy's. Their pizza's phenomenal.
It's
When
phenomenal.
everything
Their
at
pizza's
Wendy's,
amazing.
everything
It's
there
really
is
Their food is
good.
really good.
Sorry, I had
Yeah,
to plug
and
that
they
in.
are a
No, you're
sponsor.
right.
So I'm glad I said something.
Yeah,
See?
another killer.
I don't know.
I'm
This
trying to keep an
dinosaur
open
thing-
mind with the dinosaurs. I am, Eric.
I
I'm
don't
tr-
see
I'm
how I don't
listening.
even know how
makes
that's
sense.
possible.
Okay, Scotty, let me tell you this.
That's a weird shaped
I
rock.
didn't. I
But it
didn't.
does, that's not what it looks like when they find it. Here's the difference. What you're picturing in your head is that somebody's digging and they come across a rock that looks like a
It's
dinosaur
not a
bone.
rock. It's
I
a
And
love
shaped
this
like
show.
a dinosaur,
It's a bone.
dinosaur bone. It's not a bone.
bone.
Look it
Please,
up.
Vic, call
Look it
somebody
up.
right
when
now.
they dust
Thinking.
it, when they
Thinking.
dust it all off and it lays there like in its form.
That's
of
not,
what it
but
is.
but that's not
What
how,
is
that's
that?
not what it looks like. Look at the Vic, look up the Museum of
She
Natural
is
will.
Resources and
I
Science.
promise you,
You're
I
saying they're
will.
finding separate rocks that they're able to create
No,
these
it's a rock
animals out of.
slab. It's a slab of rock. It's not like there's a rock out there the shape of a dinosaur.
Well, maybe
bone.
they were only
They
2-dimensional
carve
back
it.
then.
They carve it out.
It was a black and white world with two-dimensional dinosaurs.
It's a
Just walking on a
slab.
screen.
It's a slab of rock. It's a slab of rock.
Yeah.
And somebody says, gee, that
Yeah.
looks like the impression of a dinosaur. And there, let's carve that out
Yeah.
to make it look like a
I
dinosaur
wish we had a
bone.
time machine. We could go back and just have this big T-Rex just go.
I know.
Right,
I
it's happening.
know.
They're real.
Look
Tab.
up dinosaur
All right,
bone
let's-
online.
Everybody go to your Googles
And
right
when-
now.
Look at the
I don't want
museum.
Everybody go to Google.
It says it on the museum page that if you're coming to the museum, this is not a real dinosaur. There's no such thing as dinosaur bones because over time they would have disintegrated.
See, our Paranormal Fridays, we don't talk about topics. We disprove topics. It's like we could talk about ghosts, but there's really no such thing as ghosts.
There's a term for it, and I can't think of what I think it's called paradia. I don't know. One of you people on the comment line will probably know what this is, and that is the term for when you see faces in anything. You could look at the wall and see shadows and think, "Oh my gosh, that looks like faces." There's a term for that our eyes see what they want to see, and I think that when people look at these big rocks, they think, "Oh, that looks like a dinosaur," and then they call the museum out there. Oh, well, let's carve out this little dinosaur bone and put it in a museum.
Okay.
All right, wait a minute.
Is there any place we can call in the city of St. Louis like the
Eric,
St.
I
Louis
just put
Zoo?
about 3 different messages.
Can we-
into people,
can we
okay?
call
That's why I've been looking down.
Can we call,
So this is online. It has to be true. Basic
It's
dinosaur
the
facts.
Museum of Natural History.
Basic dinosaur facts.
I'm
Here we
just
go.
gonna look at, since you guys can't look anything up.
Facts.
I'm trying
gonna
to help
look
you,
it up
Tabitha, because
Tabitha,
I
listen.
keep an open mind.
This is the key word here.
AMNH.org.
This is the key word. Facts.
Facts.
Dinosaurs are groups of reptiles that have lived on Earth for
It's all part.
245 million
There we go.
years.
There we
But
go.
who wrote that?
Facts. It says facts on the website.
Google. No, I'm
Google.
Yeah, like
All right.
we believe everything.
Melinda.
Google says.
In 1842,
Melinda says it's part of the Matrix.
The English naturalist Sir Richard Owen coined the term dinosauria,
Yeah.
derived from the Greek, I don't know, dinos, meaning
Dinos.
fearfully great, and sauros, meaning lizard.
Great lizard.
Dinosaur fossils have been found on all 7 continents. All non-avian
7.
dinosaurs went extinct about 66 million years
That's a
ago.
long time.
Okay, I found the real truth. Apparently, Noah had a dinosaur on the ark.
What?
I'm kidding.
They were
Sorry.
extinct by then.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Look at the bones, Tabitha. We're
They're
looking
not bones.
we're
There's
looking at
no
pictures
such
right now
thing
in the
as a-
studio.
Here we
And
go
we're-
right now. Dinosaur bones.
We're doing
Bones.
we're doing our
Here,
best.
I'm going to read this to you.
bones.
This is from.
This is crazy radio.
You can look this, up
This
for
is
yourself.
crazy.
Or it's podcast.
Okay, here we go.
Whatever.
In most cases, a fossilized bone is actually a rock made out of minerals with no trace of the original bone material, which makes sense.
Makes sense.
But it fossilized around that
yes,
bone.
correct.
So
I
there
s-
had to be something that
Yes.
created that fossil.
I can see both sides. I
I
can.
mean,
From the
I
from
can't.
the from the
I
actual
you
museum.
got to see it to believe it.
From
And
the
I
actual
prefer to
Yeah.
kind of not so
Yeah.
much that.
from the museum. This is what they're saying. Okay. The American Museum of Natural History says the dinosaur bones that you see on display in
Yes,
museums
yes.
aren't actually bones at all. Through the process of fossilization, ancient animal bones
Fossilization.
are turned into rock.
Right.
Okay, that just because they're not bones doesn't mean that there wasn't something there to form
There
that
we go.
fossil.
There we go.
Can you understand that?
There we go.
I do understand that. And so what people are doing is they're going out and seeing a slab of rock, limestone, sedimentation, saying that looks like a dinosaur to me. Let's carve it out, look like a dinosaur. And let's put millions of dollars into this and take it to the museum.
Tabitha, this
So
was
you
Jay
don't wanna go to the
Saunders
museum
says
with us.
that's why they are called fossils.
yes. They call me
Um,
a fossil.
Robert says dinosaurs are the same thing as Santa.
Wow, you guys are nuts. You guys are killing me.
I
There's
think they're
people on
birds.
all sides.
Look,
They're big birds.
Yes.
Here's one thing I do know that's a fact. If you study history, and I love history, if you go back to every civilization, even the earliest civilizations, there were drawings and or pictures of drawings of massive something, not just like woolly mammoths but animals of some sort.
Do we
Now,
believe in woolly mammoths?
Well, woolly mammoth, yes. They have found
Of
actual
course.
woolly mammoth bodies. A woolly mammoth is not a
but she
dinosaur.
says it's
It's
not,
not
a
even
dinosaur.
part of the same family. It's a completely
what
different
about a
animal family.
saber-toothed tiger?
I believe that there were
Well,
saber-toothed tigers.
yeah,
Yes.
Well, those
Well,
are
you can
just-
have larger animals.
yeah,
there
and
were.
they-
Yeah, look at
but
those
just
big
not
sharks
just
we
not
used
big
to have.
Turtles.
Not great lizards. Great lizards are not a thing. of the
Turtles
past.
about 5 times the size.
5 times the
So
size.
you're telling me
were found
King
in
Kong
Missouri.
isn't real?
Neither is Bigfoot.
Godzilla
Oh,
is.
There's a whole nother thing. You don't believe in Bigfoot either?
No.
Oh my God. They got noises and sounds from it. There's a picture, for God's sakes.
Tabitha is the strangest individual I've ever met.
I'm
in
not
my
saying
entire life.
dinosaurs didn't exist. I never
right,
said that. I said
so
no one can prove to me
If
they
you
did.
guys, are willing, our old record producer, his name's Malcolm Springer. He has a podcast now down in Nashville.
Yes.
He is a massive Bigfoot alien believer.
This is great.
I mean, massive. And he would come on here and we'd all look at him like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
But he honestly believes this. He's passionate about it. We should have him on.
Right
We
now.
should.
Call him up. Wake him
I
up. Wake
came
his ass
across-
up.
I came across a guy on TikTok who showed the head of one.
Of a Bigfoot?
Yeah. And never mind. Forget I'm
Look.
not going to go down this path.
Why?
I just
No, come
Why?
on. What do you mean?
Come on, man.
and
We're down it. We're
It's-
walking with
it was-
dinosaurs, baby.
It was in a pawn shop
after
in
he
Seattle.
disappeared and his family were still looking after it happened. He disappeared.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It was, and I'm not trying. It was somewhere like in Tennessee, West
Yeah.
Virginia,
Yeah.
Kentucky, one of those places up in the mountains where he'd showed it and said, my dad said that I should not be showing this. And then there was like, he disappeared like 2 weeks later. So I don't know. Take it for what it's worth.
Very strange.
Tabitha, there was
God,
a
I
lot
hope
of
he's
stuff.
awake.
There's a lot of stuff that happened on this
The
earth.
dinosaur talk is
There's
fascinating.
a lot of stuff that's happened on this
So
earth.
so are we going to say then there were dinosaurs back then, but there were no people?
Great lizards.
The great lizard.
Yeah.
I think they said there were people back then.
If you look at what scientists say, paleontologists say, there's no mention of people surviving with the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs were wiped out.
And why
and
is
then
that not
people
okay?
evolved.
Can I ask? Why is that not okay?
So I've never
Why
seen
is that
the
not okay?
hieroglyphics of dinosaurs.
I feel sorry for those bastards if they were there.
No,
with
there-
dinosaurs.
no, that was-
Yeah, they were cross country runners, is what they were.
66 million years ago. 66 million years ago, the environment.
So
on
God
this,
created dinosaurs before
not?
people. It
Why
just
not?
didn't work
Why
out.
can't he create everything?
They were not his thing, and
Why
he
can't he
just
cre-
moved
create
on
everything?
to
Have you ever
people.
had a pet? Maybe God needed a
Yeah.
pet. He was playing. He was like, it was his fish tank.
Yeah, why did God
It was
create
his
a
iguana.
tarantula? What was the purpose of a tarantula?
So
Or
if
a
you-
platypus. What the hell
Yeah,
is
why
that?
did God put platypuses on the
Robin Williams has a great skit about that. He goes, he was sitting around drunk and he's
Yeah.
just like, let's give it a bill.
damn-
Make it look like a beaver.
Okay. Where did you start to get your knowledge of a lack of dinosaurs being real, Tabitha? I'm just curious.
I'm not saying, I'm not, for one, I'm going to clarify once again. I'm not saying that dinosaurs never existed. I'm saying that no one can prove to me that they do exist
Except for the
Because-
except for the dinosaur that's in the
because
museum.
they're not bones. There's no such thing as a dinosaur bone.
I've
What's-
seen a
what does
lot-
the Freedom Caucus say about this?
I would love to ask them.
I was like,
Have you ever seen
Donald John Trump.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a fish? I've seen those little fish fossils. Have you ever seen those ancient fish fossils with the bones that just live there? And it's like, oh, that's a fish from
Yes.
millions of years ago. Why can't
Yes.
it be the same thing?
Are there? I don't know. I've not seen it. If you want to show it to
I've
me,
never seen a
take me out
hurricane, but
to
I've
a
heard they exist.
paleontology dig and show me the outline of a dinosaur, maybe I'll believe it.
I've never seen someone that likes asparagus, but I'm sure they're out there.
And Kurt,
Right here.
Kurt said, Tabitha, did you say
See?
people evolved? You know, if we can believe that God created dinosaurs and then wiped them all out and then put people on the earth, maybe. But I actually do believe in a process of evolution because I don't think the Bible is literal when it says we're created.
God created everything.
I
Yes,
believe
sure
God
did.
created
And
everything.
our mind
but I
is
don't think it-
impossible to believe that it happened the exact way we think it did.
I don't
Yeah,
think that it happened that
exactly.
way. I think that God created man for sure, just like he said he did. But I think that evolved over a very long period of time.
Creationalism can live very comfortably in the same space as the Bible.
It's I believe, a combination of religion and science.
Because you have to have three things to have anything. You have to have time, space, and matter.
And God doesn't
That's it.
exist in all three of those.
Exactly. And if
Which is why you can't
Exactly.
you had to be created.
exactly there's if you have no time, there's no
I
consciousness.
don't think God whipped up a little pile of dust and said, "Oh, there we go, Adam and Eve." I don't think that happened. I think it took a period of time, maybe millions of years, for us to be what we are and look like today.
Okay. We can all believe
But
what we want.
all started by God?
Absolutely so.
I agree
I
with
believe
that.
in God. I believe in Jesus, but I also don't believe that God created the earth in
You know
7 days
what?
and 7 nights, maybe 7
This
million.
is I will give
days and
Tabitha
nights.
this is a sticking point for a lot of religions, is when you throw the dinosaurs in there, it screws a lot of stuff up, according to the
The
scripture.
dinosaur is
It
very
does.
this dinosaur thing is very
It
interesting.
does. It makes Darwin a genius. It makes Darwin
why-
a genius, and it makes a
Not
lot
really.
of it does, because Darwin can go, Darwin can square everything. He goes,
No.
in the beginning, there was created this molten matter, and then a single cell organism became a protozoa, and the protozoa became a fish, and the fish got on land, and then on land it became blah 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 blah. And so the
But God could have done that.
exactly.
Correct. So I'm just curious because you didn't set up one day and go, oh, dinosaurs don't exist.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Something had to provoke you to that thought process, to that
Common sense.
Yeah. Okay. And that's what I'm trying to say.
So you're saying I'm an idiot?
No,
No.
I always believe in keeping an open mind, and everybody gets their
We're
say.
fighting.
I'm keeping an open mind, Tabitha. What is it, or where? Is there anything else besides what you've said already that
Did you guys
made
see,
you get to the
I
point
think
where
birds
you
are drones. No, I'm totally kidding.
Stop it.
But that I'm 100%
I'm
kidding.
being serious, Tabitha.
Did you
I'm
see
trying
Joe-
to get to the bottom of it.
Did you see Joe's comment?
No,
which
I'm
one?
sorry.
It says the Bible has been said to be an acronym for basic instruction before leaving Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
manual. It's a
I've never
manual.
heard
Anybody can
that.
say what they
Yeah.
want to say, and dumb it down. And I'm not. Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty
can say whatever
interesting
you
way
want.
to look at it.
Well, think about this. How many people have different interpretations of the Bible? I know so many people who believe in God and believe in Jesus, but they still have different
But you're
interpretations of the Bible.
but you're opening up. What does it mean to believe?
Yeah.
True, because some people believe
Because
that God
I've
is a
been
man,
I've
some as a
traveled and
spirit, some as
spoken-
energy.
Exactly.
So-
So it's not as easy just thrown into a big group as you think.
Do you have a hard time with dinosaurs because of religion?
No,
I'm not talking to her.
I'm not.
No, I
As
don't
you
think she
know,
does.
no, absolutely not. I mean, I believe in God and Jesus. I'm not an overly religious person. Absolutely not. But I do think that if we believe the Bible, which I do, I don't believe the literal term of the Bible, but there's no mention of dinosaurs in there. I've not seen the hieroglyphics
didn't
that
Not
Vic talked
specific.
about.
Not
Dinosaurs weren't
specific.
here when the Bible was written.
True, but there's no mention of their existence.
They didn't
ever,
have the tools to
period.
dig them up.
Why didn't they say, well,
There
God
were pictures.
once...
No, there were pictures. There were definitely pictures. There's references
Like
to big creatures.
hieroglyphics type
Yes,
stuff.
the civilizations that I was talking about
Right.
had those, which is why it's difficult when you have information, and we actually had recorded
Yeah.
history on rocks. We had recorded history on walls that showed man and large creatures, but we don't know what said large creatures exactly were because we weren't there.
And it doesn't matter how that the Bible is 5,000 years old or whatever. The Bible mentioned everything under the sun. Surely they would have mentioned that God once had another project, and it was called dinosaurs, and it
maybe.
didn't happen.
Why?
And Moses
what?
came down from the mountain
It
and
was
told
like
the
a worm
people
form.
about the
I
dinosaurs.
love this.
I don't think that's.
I'm trying to
true
keep
at
an open
all.
mind with the dinosaur thing, which is why.
Yeah,
Because
there's
I know Tabitha, you do a lot of study, which is why I asked where you started to learn about
Well,
no dinosaurs.
Jay, man created submarines long after the Bible was made. So no, I believe if there were
Oh, man,
dinosaurs
he spells
around,
it out in the beginning. The first few words are in the beginning. God created the heavens and the earth, and
it didn't say in the beginning God created dinosaurs, and that didn't work out. So he created man.
everything. So the first few
If
words of the
God's-
Bible basically spell out everything.
If God spoke, if
Everything.
if
Water.
God spoke to the people, if
lemonade,
Moses came down from the
everything.
mountain, if Jesus lived, why? And I believe he did. Then why at no point did
you
they
can't
discuss
tell
dinosaurs?
every story on the planet that happened at that moment. He can't tell the story by every.
He's told the story of how the earth was made. So why wouldn't he say they at one point they made dinosaurs? It didn't work out, so we decided to make some people.
Oh my
I tried to
God.
reach out to guys.
Oh my God.
Dinosaurs are God's dirty little
The
secrets.
72 million page Bible that has everything in it.
That's a great song by the All American Rejects, by the way. Dirty Little Secret. I wish we could.
There
play
were,
that minute.
ladies and gentlemen of the gallery, there were dinosaurs. Tabitha Hass will be signing autographs later.
I did reach out to Guy Dureau. Guy is the man who I did the story with about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Allegedly, for Tabitha's sake, found the first dinosaur ever found in the state of Missouri. And it was actually goes back where that dig started, allegedly in the 20s, but they ran out of funding to complete the dig to figure out what it was. It was Guy and his team who came in with their team to dig it up when the Field Museum of Chicago, who is actually the national dinosaur museum of what is real and what isn't, came out and verified it. So Guy is a guy who I met, did the story with. I'm trying to get him on. I hope that they call back. He might be out in a field somewhere down in Cape Girardeau digging up the rest of that site.
Those rocks that
They
look
just-
like
They sell
dinosaurs.
Those
dinosaur
rocks that
eggs on
look like-
Amazon.
What?
They sell dinosaur eggs on Amazon.
fossils. They're fossils that look like little round balls.
Yeah, that's great. But not gag balls.
Okay. Oh wait, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong place.
Yeah, Tabitha sent you the wrong site,
No,
or she
damn
sent
it.
you the right site. It just depends. It is an interesting topic. I know, Eric, you're like, oh my god. Tabitha, I am getting. Well, we have the comment line, but I am getting some private text too. They're like, is she crazy? Has she lost her mind? And this is what I love about
Let's
you.
go out to the dig
because
and
you're
look.
a great person speaking of these subjects. Because you study it. You do.
But I've also said that I'm not saying dinosaurs never existed. I'm not saying that because I don't know. I'm saying that there's no proof of it.
But you
my
have
opinion.
you are what separates
But
you.
I'm not
what
a paleontologist.
But what separates
I've
you
never
from
been to a dig.
what
Guy's a
separates you
paleontologist.
from a actual dinosaur is you have what is called deductive reasoning. You have the ability to take all the information in and, like a scientist, deductive reason. Okay, it looks like there were dinosaurs here. I don't know how a fossil could have created itself. Oh, that fossil looks pretty
Do you
convincing.
remember when they started telling us about dinosaurs? That was about the same time they started
In the
telling us.
1800s?
That was right about
Were
the
you
time-
around?
that-
Maybe you
that
were
was-
actually.
that
But
was
no,
right-
you know what I'm saying? Come on, 1800s is when dinosaurs came.
It was right about the time they started telling us that oil was precious because it came from dinosaur bodies.
Well, they didn't know.
And we have to start paying all of this money and reserve all of this oil because there were only so many dinosaurs on the
That's
earth.
an interesting point too. It is. Joe says I've been called a dinosaur. Our friend Kevin, who owns the place,
Happy birthday,
says-
Joe, by the way.
said that his kids call him a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's a sad state of affairs as well. Sorry about that.
I'm having so many good ideas to do.
No, it's great topic, and we're continuing to talk about it as well.
It's, you know, you can't see the air under the wing of an airplane, yet the airplane lifts off the ground. So there is.
Well, you can ride in the airplane, so it's pretty darn good proof.
So that
Why
would-
do you bring that up, Eric?
I'm just saying there's
He's
certain
trying to come
things-
up with an analogy.
There are things that you can't see make sense of, but as you dig deeper into it, you go, oh, Valeri's principle, low pressure under high pressure. That's why the plane takes off and gets lift. If you study what the science is and you really dig into it, no pun intended, you would realize, yeah, there's dinosaurs.
And-
Okay, we can cross that one off the
Quite
list.
honestly, I could care less if there was dinosaurs or not. It makes zero.
Actually,
like
it's-
somebody
it's
in the
very
comment
important.
line said, it makes. Well, why is
do
it
you-
important?
Yeah, why is it important
Why
now?
is
That's
it
a
important?
I
great
would tell you why,
Why
because
does it
if we've
matter?
been rused this whole time and there are no dinosaurs, then you can take one thing off the list of the earth being that old, and maybe you can get to a point where it's like, oh, look, the earth is only 6,000 years old.
The establishment's oldest lie.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
It might be.
Yeah.
And you, because you know what? While we realize, I think we collectively, I'm not sure about Eric yet, while we collectively believe, and Eric, I think you believe this, I'm not sure, that dinosaurs did not create oil. A bunch of dinosaurs didn't die and create oil in the earth.
I think you're right about that. That's more organic substance like leaves and carbon, other carbon.
But the majority
Right.
of people, on
they
the
didn't
earth
know.
believe that dinosaurs died and created oil.
Okay.
So as long as the government, or not just our government, but all around the world, can continue to make money off of dinosaur lives, how
yeah.
can you believe anything they say?
I don't know.
Let's ask
Tab.
McConnell. He probably saw.
Yeah, no
Dun,
kidding.
dun, dun. Does any of this conversation make you want to vote for McCarthy now?
No.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to square it all up together.
No, that's fine. We're gonna do a reset here. We got great. That's a great thing about podcast is we'll pick the topics here.
You ever notice with Tabitha, you cannot win a debate?
Oh, don't get me
You
started.
kind of won. I said I'm not saying it.
Have you ever
didn't-
noticed
Don't
that?
get me started.
You cannot win a debate with Tabitha. You can give all the facts and all the
But
information.
you're not
to
going to be
her.
able to sway me to a different opinion.
There you go.
It's not that you can't win the debate because I'm not right about everything. I just have my own.
Did you just
opinions.
take that?
I know. Is that on tape? I'm not right
Oh,
about everything. That's my new
everything's on-
ringtone. My new ringtone. If you want your Tabitha Hassel, I'm not right about anything ringtone, call us.
Derek's going to make me a cup that says that.
I'm not right about anything. Oh, it's Tab.
Cancel this. Go to canceltheshow.com. Hey, continue to share the show. We're having fun on this Friday. We'll continue this talk. Anything else you want to jump in with as well? Efforting Guy Durow, the paleontologist. Our friend, wonder if Chris Blevins is going to show up. We invited him in studio today. We'll see. Randy says Eric can't.
I know
win.
you never see Chris, but does he exist?
That's a good question.
We talk about him all the time, but
He's
he never
a drone
around.
like the birds.
Yeah, see.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We've got, I think I have a chance with Guy. This is good. I just got a text back.
You have a chance with a guy. I wondered.
Damn, Tab is just kicking.
That's awesome. Tabitha, was
Nancy
really
McCarthy.
Tabitha, that was really good.
So guy is a person, I'm
That was
assuming.
like
Guy is a guy. That's his name.
That
That was
Guy's
like
name
Mortal
is-
Kombat. Get over here. Get over.
She just
Finish him.
I couldn't let that go.
she just flame torched me.
and
No pun intended.
and
it
it's
was-
okay. I'm fine with
It
your
was
choices,
so
Vic.
good that
She
Vic
says
actually
she's
cracked a
fine.
smile. Good job, Tab. That was a good one. Good job.
I do love this show. Hey, we're trying to have fun on this show, and that's what we do. especially
You are
on
the voice of the
Fridays.
people. I will say that.
Except till Eric disagrees with you.
Except for the people on the house. that
I'm the
wanna vote
voice
for
of
McCarthy.
common sense,
Like a
and
caucus.
you're the voice of the people.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. If you need to, take a quick break. Stay with us, though. Stay on. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to try to get efforting Guy, so he can come on and tell us about why dinosaurs are real. Right after this. It's
can't wait.
cancelthisshow.com. Scott Gherkin on the boards, our tech guy, our host, Eric Johnson, Tabitha Hassel. I'm Vic Faust. Yeah. Welcome back to Cancel This. We're not getting in trouble for that, are we?
Probably. It's all right.
Oh, we will be booted off with that music.
Yeah. No, we
ended
won't.
that.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't know what
Good
that
job.
was.
Every sample can be 10 seconds.
I recognize it, but I won't say anything.
Ice Ice Baby.
All right, so I'll get you back here.
Yeah,
normally.
baby. Now we're feeling it. Where's my glow lights? My glow lights.
Glow sticks. We'll get you going.
Where's my? I need to turn this into some techno then fast.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's a big request.
The
right
show
now.
stresses me out. Like late at night, I'll be thinking
stop
tonight.
it. Is
Tonight,
that why you don't respond to the comment line?
Tonight I'll be thinking in my bed as I'm watching MASH episode 13. Man, dinosaurs aren't real. And it will stress me out for the whole night.
Well, during the break, I did get in contact with paleontologist Guy Duro, and he said exactly what you think he would say. He laughed.
How stupid is that girl?
Well, his laugh kind of said that.
Okay.
Tabitha said, ask him if he's ever seen a real dinosaur bone. So I asked him and he laughed.
Yes, he giggled.
And he said tons of them.
Tons.
Okay, so this guy.
As in not one, but tons.
This guy in Missouri
Guy
claims
Duro, yeah.
he's seen numerous dinosaur bones, but
Yes.
the Museum of Natural history has not. So he's probably seen you didn't
No, I said bones.
yeah, no, he's seen fossilized
Can you just call?
bones.
Don't even worry about getting him on the air. Just call him right now.
We're
Vic.
gonna have him on.
No, I
would love
tried.
to
Here's
talk
the
to him.
problem.
Give me the number. I'll do it.
He wanted to talk
I think
to
I'm the
us.
IRS.
He said he and his wife they were very sick. He's going to join us next week. He's gonna
Can you
call me
hold
today.
off till next week to find out if dinosaurs?
First of all, let me explain this.
Yeah.
I hope dinosaurs did exist. I think it'd be fascinating. I'm saying I've never seen any proof. I'm not saying dinosaurs don't exist. I don't know. I would like to go do a dinosaur dig and see it for myself.
I've never seen a drone deliver food before, but I heard they exist.
Very different story there, Eric. Can we backtrack to aliens for a second?
Yeah, our goals for this hour: dinosaurs, aliens, Antarctica, and the Idaho murder.
I
I'm
can't wait to
sorry.
hear
We'll
about
do our
this
best to get
Antarctica
in this.
thing.
We've got about 45 minutes before we'll.
Yeah,
Hell, who knows? We may go over. We'll see.
Yeah, because we got to get to Idaho case too. Stephen Hawking. We all know who Stephen Hawking is. He warned the U.S. to stop reaching out to aliens before it's too late. And you will go out and see whenever this whole discussion came up about the UAPs and
Do you
the
remember what a
congressional
UAP stands for?
hearings, unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Very good.
Very good.
Yes. And so here's what he stated. Let me find his little statement here. Let's see here. He said, as I grow older, I am more convinced than ever that we are not alone. After a lifetime of wondering, I am helping to lead a new global effort to find out. And he's making a film that I can't pronounce called Gliese 832c. And it's about a planet that lays 16 light years away.
Yeah.
And he tells people right here, he goes, let's see here. He goes, we should probably stop trying to contact them.
Who did wait?
being-
Whoa, time out. Who did you say he's making a film?
This is Stephen Hawking.
He's died. He
He's
died.
dead. He's
Tabitha.
gone.
Okay, well, this
He's
is
left
an
the
old
earth already.
article. He's already made the movie, man. We'll look it
Well,
up.
where is it?
Well, I don't know, but you confused me for a second. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
That's
trying to-
okay. I'm
was
just
like,
reading
dude,
what
he's dead.
what he said. He said, let's see here. The article says, well, according to physicist Stephen Hawking, we should probably stop trying to contact them, being aliens, at all, because reaching out to advanced civilizations could put humanity and Earth in a pretty risky situation.
Yeah.
But you know what? No joking aside, I can't remember what government site it is. I'll have to go and look that up over the weekend for next Friday. But they tell people don't shine lights up into the air. Don't shine laser beams up into the
Well,
sky.
What? Because of pilots.
No, they literally say because we don't,
no.
they tell you don't try to make contact with aliens. There have been people arrested for trying to make contact with aliens. They tell you do not shine.
Is this on Channel 2
spotlights.
News? I haven't seen that.
Nobody watches Channel 2
I-
News.
well,
don't worry.
I didn't think I
Not
forgot
anymore, at
all
least.
about
No.
this until like a second before we came
What-
back from break. So I didn't
What
have
the
time to
hell?
look it
Okay.
up.
Who's they?
Yeah.
It was on some type of government site. Back whenever we were looking at the congressional hearings, I came across it and they're like, don't try to make contact with aliens. Don't shine lasers up in the sky. Don't
Yeah.
shine. They said because they've actually, two people I read were arrested for trying to
But
make
why?
contact.
Maybe it was a laser that they
Because
were
they
shooting
claim
at
it's dangerous.
commercial
But
pilots.
They said no, they did not mention anything to do with pilots.
I thought it'd be a commercial
They
pilot.
said-
Stop
Yeah.
shooting the lasers at the airplanes. Yeah, you're gonna get arrested.
I don't remember, so
But a
it's hard to
flashlight?
talk about. But I'm going to look that up for next Friday.
Okay,
I
I've got an
can't
idea.
wait.
Can you imagine if you're over at Hollywood Casino? Let's say there's about 15,000 people out there for a concert,
Yeah.
and
And all
whoever the
the
musician
spotlights.
is, and all the musicians go, hey, if you were told to bring a flashlight, right? Like 15,000 people shot a light into the sky.
Jeez. Or what if you're at the Cobb factory and they got the big searchlights up there?
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Well, it
Yeah.
kind of freaked me out when I read that. I'm like, is it really that easy? You just shine a light up in the sky
because those
and you make
searchlights-
contact?
No. I'm not saying there's not aliens. I'm not.
I believe there
I'm not
are.
saying there's not aliens.
Where's Robert Stack when you need him?
Yeah.
I don't know that we can just shine a
Believe it
light
or
up into
not,
the sky and get their attention, though.
Yeah. But it's
But
almost
maybe we
to
can.
me, I'm wondering this. Okay, we see an alien, Vic. There's an well, look, there's an alien. It's kind of the same of it. We're the ant farm and someone's looking at the ant farm. It's like the ants go, hey, look, something outside this glass is looking at us. You know what I'm saying? The glass
Joker's
has
like, give me a break. Yeah, I just shined a flashlight and boom.
I'm with Topher.
Alien.
It
Yeah.
sounds absolutely ridiculous to me. It really does. But you
Well,
know,
then it's a non-story then.
well, it's a story because they're telling people and have arrested 2 people for trying to make contact with aliens. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Is that what's going on in Piedmont, Missouri?
Maybe.
For all the alleged UFO sightings in Piedmont?
Yeah.
Well, I could
People
be part
going
of,
outside.
I
and-
could be part of the reason people see UFOs. I one time many years ago,
Of course, it would be you.
I went to Piedmont, Missouri because I have family there, and I went to Clearwater Lake.
Yeah.
And as a joke, my ex's mom could always swore she saw an alien or a UFO in Piedmont, Missouri. So she was fishing. We went to the dam at Clearwater Lake, and you know those glow sticks?
I
You
do.
break them in half and
So
they glow.
that explains it.
We
You were
took
at
a bunch
you were
of
at a
those-
rave party. There
we
you
took
go.
a bunch of those glow sticks
that
and
was
tied
me.
rocks
Yeah.
to them and threw them over the dam, and people freaked
Okay,
out.
Paul says, so you believe Tabitha in aliens, but you don't believe in dinosaurs.
God, it's,
Yes.
why can't we just be
That
like
would be
a
an accurate
why
statement.
can't we be a
but there's
normal
no proof-
paranormal Friday?
But there's no proof of either, he says.
I believe there is proof of aliens.
It's like George Norrie tries to prove their existence. Tabitha proves they're not existent.
I'm not saying I
Our paranormal Friday is we're going to disprove everything.
every time we've talked about dinosaurs, I have been very consistent saying
This is the only time we've talked about
no,
dinosaurs.
we've talked about dinosaurs like many Fridays. This is like the 5th time we've talked about dinosaurs.
Okay.
And
What? On this show?
Yeah.
on this show,
No, I'm starting to feel like Eric.
Yeah.
yes, we've talked about dinosaurs many times on this show. And I've said the same thing every time. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying that there's no if you read different manuals or you read these different websites, they say
It seems like we're
They
not.
say-
Troy
Hey,
says, I think
there's no
Tabitha's
such
had some of
thing.
those mushrooms before the show today.
Yes, and they're good.
now, Troy, you and I are going to fight. No, I'm
All right, so I got Malcolm. Do you
Who's
guys want
Malcolm?
Malcolm is the Bigfoot alien expert.
Here we
go.
Our residential
Put him on!
Bigfoot alien expert.
You just never know where we're
Just
going to
put
go
him
with
on.
his show.
Can we do that? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I had to step
Tell
out.
tell him his name and where he's from, and let's get
Okay.
him on.
Malcolm, let's rock and roll, babe.
All right, so I'm bringing him in.
And I don't want you to be. I don't want Malcolm. Listen, no mercy.
Yes.
I want you to tell Tabitha right now.
Malcolm in the middle on this Friday.
Malcolm,
Malcolm, what's your last name?
Malcolm Springer.
And tell us about yourself before we ask you to get in.
Hey, I'll do a little intro for him. So I met Malcolm back in '98, and he produced our band when it was then Mesh,
Mhm.
that became Mesh STL, and Modern Day Zero. He's been
Yes.
our producer for every record we've pretty much done.
Yep.
So Malcolm also believes in aliens and Bigfoot. He believes he is an alien, and I believe he may be right. He might be an alien
Okay.
because he's very passionate about it.
Okay.
And Malcolm and I are good friends. And when we started talking about Bigfoot, I was like, oh, we got to call Malcolm.
Yes.
So, Malcolm,
Well, do we
Let-
start with aliens or Bigfoot since we were just
I
talking
think
about
they're
aliens?
one and the
Aliens.
same.
Aliens
Can we
for
They're the
sure.
start with
same
aliens?
thing?
Aliens for sure. Aliens
Malcolm,
for sure.
bring Malcolm wherever you want to go with this, my friend. We were talking aliens. It's a paranormal free for all Friday.
Mhm.
Well, I have the Bigfoot Aliens and Music podcast, which it's been a awesome because we talk more about like I've had a Bigfoot expert on just last week, David Eller, and it's so funny to hear like the different the different opinions
Yes.
of Bigfoot.
Right.
I actually went and hunted Bigfoot myself.
Okay.
So, and everybody laughs, but I went to Washington State. What was the name of that town? It was the place.
Seattle.
It was a place that they did the Monster Quest investigation.
Was that what Natchy? I'll just keep going.
Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
it's a beautiful area, right?
Darrington, Washington.
Okay, yes.
So we were 36 miles north of Darrington, Washington. And okay, so I'll tell you guys what's funny. So I'm telling my old lady, I'm like, yeah, we're going out there and we're going to be camping out and shit, And I was with an artist. I'm not going to say his name. But I was with an artist that tours and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, we're going to be out there. I'm not going to be able to get a hold of you. We don't have cell phone service. But that part was true. But we took the tour bus back out there.
Yeah.
So I'm like laying in a tour bus, freaking watching TV and shit like that while she thinks we're out there camping.
Yep.
But anyway, But here was the scary thing, guys. The scary thing was that we saw nothing.
No.
Okay. I'm in the middle of the second biggest rainforest in the world.
Right.
I'm where Monster Quest did their investigation, and there's not even I can't say bad words, so I'll try to watch it. There wasn't one animal. We didn't see anything, not even a bird.
Right.
We were there for 2.5 days, and I didn't even see
That's
a
'cause birds don't
squirrel.
exist.
Birds
Okay,
don't exist.
don't listen
They're
to
like
her.
dinosaurs.
Okay,
Ignore her
look,
for a second.
I'm in Nashville and Berry Hill. I'm in the center of the music business. I mean, this is where every record that's worth any shit is recorded is on this street. And I walk out my back door and there's squirrels running crazy.
Yeah.
There's freaking birds everywhere. And I'm in the middle of a rainforest out there hunting Bigfoot and there's nothing. So whatever is out there is scaring everything away or eating everything, whatever you want to say. But I know we hiked in 7 miles from the place that we were camping, where the tour bus was.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, that sounds really easy, guys. Don't ever fall for that one. 7 miles, boy, it sounds easy, doesn't it? The guy's about to die. I'm walking uphill. I'm in the middle of the forest. Oh my gosh, I was so pissed. I'm like, God, I gotta quit smoking. What am I doing? This is the dumbest thing. I'm out here hunting for Bigfoot. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Did you see it? So you didn't find anything?
But he believes
No.
something was there because the animals were gone. Something scared the animals away.
Man, Bigfoot. I got these people saying that it's an interdimensional creature. I just have a hard time with that one. I do. I don't know why. I have a hard time thinking that a big, hairy, 10-foot tall thing is a freaking interdimensional being.
No.
Sorry, I just think that's crazy. But I believe that
Sounds
they're
racist to me. Malcolm.
look, guys. Bigfoot is real. Like it or not, it doesn't matter if you think it's funny or not. Bigfoot's real.
Yeah, but you haven't seen a Bigfoot, so how can it be real?
I haven't. There's too much evidence. There's too much evidence. Like I had Stacy Brown on my podcast. He's a movie director. He did the thing on the skunk ape and a movie called The Pit. Here I got to show you guys something on your podcast because you guys are going to love this, man. I'm serious. Hang
Real
on a
quick,
second.
Malcolm, where can they find your podcast about the BAM podcast? How do you find that?
It's on everywhere, but go to YouTube. It's the BAM podcast, Malcolm Springer's BAM podcast. We've had a ton of great guests. I mean, we had Armis Powell last month from Leonard Skinner. He was in a plane crash. Told about that. We've had Josie Scott from Saliva, the first singer for Saliva, the original singer. Lit. We've had Saving Abel. We've had a lot, and then we've had Bigfoot hunters. No, we're trying to get Travis Taylor on the podcast. I got a buddy that's trying to talk to him because that's the guy. That's the alien guy right there. But,
okay, so I'm with you. I'm with you with Bigfoot. Bigfoot's one of those things that I've bought a few trinkets at rest stops along the way in Missouri myself about Bigfoot, but no one's ever seen him. They get these weird little videos, fine, whatever. But the one that's kind of popping out, and Sky says you're interested also in the UFO stuff. Did you hear last night that Russia shot down a UFO? And have you researched
allegedly? I haven't had time to look at that today, but I will look into that.
Okay. So what is some of your experiences with UFOs and some of the more compelling facts that you might have found? I mean, is it Roswell is really the biggest thing? I always think Roswell is the biggest thing that we have right now to date. Anything else, it could be a contrived video.
Well, you guys are from Missouri and so am I. So I'm from around New Madrid, Missouri. What happened to me? I didn't believe in UFOs at all. I thought it was all horse shit. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine, Malcolm. What happened to you?
So here I am, 17 years old. I'm headed to a movie with my girlfriend, and I don't know if you guys know where New Madrid is, but turned right there at New Madrid, going towards Sykeston.
My son has a house out there.
And all of a sudden, all these people are pulled over on the side of the road, and I'm talking hundreds of cars. and I'm like, it's super cold outside, so it had to be around this time of year actually. And people are pulled over the side of the road. They're out of their freaking vehicle and they're looking up. And so I pull over and I had one of those CJ5s that, you can't see real good out of the cloth tops, So I pulled over and opened my door and I looked up and this thing was freaking so huge. It went from one end of the sky to the other. And I've never seen anything. I've never even heard of anything like this. And everybody's out. There was a state trooper across the road that I personally knew from because he lived in my hometown of Portageville, and he came across the road. And he said, "If you tell anybody that I was here, I'm gonna give you trouble your entire life." You understand? I'm like, "Yes, sir." And so I'm like, I got in the Jeep, and I told my girlfriend, we tell this story every time we have a reunion, a class reunion. And I told her, I said, everything's going to change now. They're real. They're here.
But it didn't. That's the weird thing, isn't it? Is no
Swear-
matter what we see, nothing changes.
We drove back to the house there out in the country. I called trying to get hold of my mom and dad and everything, and the news comes on. And I was like, oh, yeah, there was we had a visitor from another planet. We had visitors from another planet, some aliens and all this stuff. They're laughing on the news on KFVS. And but yeah, they scrambled jets from Blyville and Millington and all these different places. Wow. And one pilot says he thinks he saw something, and now it's a day in sports. And I went, oh, I see how this is.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, what year was this?
This
Malcolm?
was in 86.
A day in sports. What a great way to put it. Once the game is over, you're on to the next game.
Yeah, you're on the next.
Well, in 86, look at the media. You're not getting much media coverage in a large scale in 1986. Nowhere near to what it is.
Right.
Is that the year that the cops were chasing the UFO all over Belleville? Or Bellevue,
That
Illinois?
happened long after 1986.
What year was that? Do you remember?
Probably the early 2000s.
That one brought a little credibility to it.
I remember that several police officers saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, were there ever any pics? I know we didn't have cell phones then, but people still had Polaroids.
I don't know if there was anything that was taken or not. I just know that there was about 10,000 at least people see that, and that's not even one of the things that we see on any of the programs, like all this lights over Phoenix and all this stuff like that. And let's look at it. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm just saying that it was incredible experience, and after that, I've been infatuated with aliens.
And they never came back, did they? That's the one thing that sucks. It's like once you see them, it's like you want that experience again, but they never. It's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They all want to see the little alien come back, but he's gone forever.
All right, so I just pulled it up on Google, and it did come up. UFO sighting in New Madrid, Missouri. It says 1987, Malcolm. October of 87. A crystal-faceted diamond craft encountered early morning while hunting. It observed and followed us.
What is that on?
This is from UFO MG.
Okay, so they're documenting this.
And that's probably a different one, because that doesn't sound like the way he described it.
Sounds exactly
not at the same time, but it could have been in the area anyway. It could be.
There's been a lot of, my son's father is from that area. He was the county prosecutor out there in Mississippi County, and he's back before he passed away. He told me that there were a lot of UFO sightings in that general area, and a lot of people believe that's because it's tied to the fault line, that UFOs tend to hover around and visit areas where we had great disasters in this country.
And to be honest with you, Vic brought up something. Back in 1987, that's all you had. You either had a disposable camera or a camera with film that was grainy, that you were you were basically at the disposition of the camera that you had at the time. Now we have these iPhones with like the 20 times zoom, digital, everything, this, that, and the other, that can make a lot more sense out of taking pictures of these things. And so that to me is a little bit of proof that they're out there.
Well, we're seeing
now
our
more
government,
and more.
as opposed to when Malcolm saw what he saw, now our government has addressed it. We don't know what's flying around. They've basically said that in the last 2 years. And thankfully they have.
Didn't they? Well, they came out during the last election when everybody wasn't paying attention and said we do have vehicles from, another other worlds, so that wasn't made here on Earth and all this stuff. I forgot the exact quote. Can you look that up, Mad Dog? Because I forgot what it was. It was crazy though when I saw it.
Oh, I was going to say, who's Mad Dog?
That's my nickname. It's been there since 1998.
I love that. I'm going to start calling you Mad Dog.
It's better than Damien Fairchild.
It's better than Scotty Boom Boom. I can tell you. I like Boom Boom.
I like Scotty Boom Boom.
Yeah, that's way more millennial.
Hey, Malcolm, where's the portal for these aliens to come in from? Have you found the portals?
Okay, so
where do you go is what he's asking.
Well, have you guys been keeping up with Travis Taylor and all the research he's done out there at Skinwalker Ranch?
No,
I have.
I'm trying to, but it's hard to.
It's on.
My God! It's like I can't believe that they would show that on TV. I thought it was all just bull. And
why you have a problem with them showing that on TV? I mean, it's an independent film crew out there, correct?
If you see what they're showing, and it does. I mean, Travis Taylor got on YouTube and said, "Hey, okay, listen, man, I'm head of UAP investigation at the Pentagon, and they're showing that stuff. If they're showing that much on TV, think about how much they've gotten evidence that they're not showing, and what are they not telling us? I mean, it's obvious these things fly out of this freaking portal thing." If fly around and fly back in, and then you can sit there, they're filming the dang things. And
most people aren't aware of it, Malcolm. That's the problem. Most people have no idea what Skinwalker Ranch is.
Okay, so that's what it is. Skinwalker Ranch on
Skinwalker
Netflix.
Ranch.
Yes.
Yeah, you can watch the whole series. It's pretty wild.
To me, it's like to find out from him and a guy that's a nuclear physicist slash. I mean, the guy's freaking. He's supposed to be like one of the smartest people on the planet. And him sitting there on, and saying, "Hey, man, this is not staged. It's real." It's like we're finding all kinds of things out about that place. And I don't know if it was because a comet hit there. I don't know, or something thousands and thousands of years ago, or what. But whatever it is, whatever is there is there. It's coming in and out of some kind of portal. It's like it's not natural, and it's ridiculous is what it is. And the stuff that's happened at that place, and that little kid disappearing, and they had that on camera, and I mean, it's just like freaking freaky.
It is. Go check that out yourself. It's go Google it. I think it's even on Netflix or something like that.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch. Yep. It is creepy. I always why can't they make that it seems like eventually they will make it a museum or a destination where people can
something will happen.
Yeah, something's going to happen out there for sure. But they do have the people disappearing, and they got these things on camera now that are just, like you said, are phenomenal. Is it fake? Is it staged? Is it real? I kind of am starting to feel like they can't hold this stuff back any further. The government is now taking action to say, oh, by the way, guys, we've
been keeping an eye on this. And
It's
maybe getting a little bit more.
Yes.
More. What's the right word?
They're turning
more frequent.
Yeah.
And that people are going to start taking pictures because of technology today, and it's going to get out anyway.
The spigot is being turned on slowly.
And if you listen to the right people, pilots, military, astronomers, they're telling us it's there. You might not be able to see it because it moves faster than our eyes can see, but it's there.
It's there.
Well, Malcolm, we appreciate you jumping in today, man. We'll keep you posted.
Hey, guys, one more thing on you non-believers in Bigfoot. All right. One more thing.
Wrap it up.
This was a print. I got a cast of a footprint that was given to me by Stacy Brown. I don't know if you guys can see it. Bear with me. Let me turn the lights up over here. This thing's incredible, and it's something to see. I'm there. May not be able to tell.
The studio's looking nice, bud.
Check it out, guys.
Look at that.
You guys see?
Yeah, that's a cast.
You see
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
You see the toes, and
who did that?
See the toes. Well, Stacy Brown found that when there was 27 baby Bigfoot prints too right beside it. I got a cast of one of those too. It's pretty crazy.
What a great name for a band.
Baby Bigfoot
tonight at the pageant. Baby Bigfoot.
Hey, man, that'd be a great name of a rap song, wouldn't it? Baby Bigfoot.
baby Bigfoot.
I got it. I got Baby Bigfoot. All right, guys.
Hey, thank you for jumping on with us, buddy. I will talk to you soon, and we might have you back on when after you talk to Stacey Brown on your podcast again and talk a little bit about what he fills you in on.
Guys, y'all take care. Have a good day.
All right, man.
All right, see you, buddy.
Malcolm Springer. That was interesting.
It
for
was.
Sure.
I love that.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm not. I believe in aliens, extraterrestrial life. I'm not sure about Bigfoot yet. Sorry.
He's got a cast. I mean, that's as good as a
That
fossil.
Proves it.
That's as
Just
good
like
as a fossil.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the actual foot, but it's the cast.
Oh man, what a show! What a show! What a show we've had. That was fun.
I love Malcolm.
We do jump all the way around. That was fun.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that on you.
No, I'm glad.
Oh no, it was great.
That's all right. We were. I said
love
we were,
Malcolm. I can't wait. I'm going to go look at his podcast.
I promised
Aliens and Bigfoot.
I promised Tabitha we would do this, and I know it's a very hardcore right turn all of a sudden. But if people don't want to listen, we get it. But we said we were trying to get to it, and we got 20-ish minutes left. What the hell was going on with Idaho?
Idaho?
The Idaho homicide case is, and it's one of the biggest news stories out there for
it's a massive story.
So many different reasons, and especially today, because yesterday, if anyone's not familiar, there were 4 University of Idaho students brutally murdered in their off-campus home. There were 6 people in that home that night when these homicides occurred back in November 13th.
Okay.
And so 4 brutally murdered, 3 girls, 1 guy, and 2 survived. So there's been a lot of silence over this case. They made an arrest on, I believe it was December 30th. I'm not going to say the guy's name because he leads no airtime.
It sounds like the general public knows everything you're saying.
Most people, exactly. That's why I'm just throwing the details out there. Well, yesterday they released the probable cause statement, which is the probable cause affidavit, is what allows the arrest to be made. Yes. And so it always reveals a lot of details. And one of the big things that came out, and it's such a huge topic right now, is that all this time people said, who is this guy? How did he get in and out of the house? How is it that 2 of these young girls, 20-year-olds, didn't get murdered like the other 4? How is it that they didn't hear anything? And then now it comes out yesterday in the probable cause affidavit that at least one of these girls, she opened her bedroom door 3 times.
Okay.
She heard noise. She heard what sounded like the dog barking. She heard one of the roommates that was later murdered say, someone's in the house.
Yes.
And she opened her door and looked, didn't see anyone, closed her door. Then again, she heard crying. So she opened her door, looked around, didn't see anything, shut her door. Then she heard another noise, opened the door, and then she sees this guy walking towards her, dead towards her. He's wearing a mask. All she can see is his bushy eyebrows. This guy's wearing all black. He's wearing a mask. He walks right past her, close enough where she can see his bushy eyebrows, that she can see his approximate height and weight. He walks out the door and leaves. This girl closes her door and goes to bed and sleeps, apparently. I mean, allegedly sleeps. Well, we don't know what she was doing. No one calls police. The next day around noon, this girl calls friends. She doesn't call 911. She calls friends saying that what was alleged that she couldn't wake her roommate up. Maybe somebody passed out.
Yeah.
The friends arrive.
Yeah.
They use her phone to call 911 and they find her 4 roommates dead.
Yes.
And that obviously leaves a lot up to speculation.
What's
speculation.
What's left to speculate?
Well, and what's even crazier is this guy had been on all of these sleuthing groups. You know how these days when a homicide occurs, it's a high profile case, people create all these Facebook groups and they go out and sleuth. This guy was on all of these groups. He was calling into these shows.
Yeah.
He was on these groups posing as a regular person, but with a picture that looks almost just like himself, asking people questions. He was very engaged and he was going out and taunting police and releasing a lot of the information only police would know.
You mean
How
on
wild is
the
that?
forums?
On the different forums.
That's
it is
right.
a wild
A lot of
case.
people a lot of people had the opportunity, Vic, to actually question the real killer was questioning the people on the forums. Like, so what do you think? How do you think the killer did it? So what do you think? Do you think that they have any evidence?
That was the killer
That's the
asking those
creepiest. Yeah,
questions.
the killer was asking that.
He was asking those questions.
And now his account has been suspended or whatever it is.
But you know what? People are so good at screenshotting. All of those messages are still out there.
It's true. And
the fact that a woman saw, this is one of the survivors, right?
Yes.
Was she attacked?
No.
He didn't want anything to do with her.
He was on his way. He was on his way.
And left.
The fact that she just said, "Oh, well, all's good, all's well."
And we don't know that that's how she felt. You know, we can leave that up to speculation, but she closed her door and went back to bed.
Yeah.
Now,
You see a guy walking past you
yeah.
at night in a ski mask,
And you hear your friend crying.
and you just close the door and say everything's going to be fine.
Oh, and I forgot one part. She also heard a man's voice. Whenever she heard the roommate crying, she heard a man's voice say, "I'll take care of it. It'll be okay. I will help you." Which means he probably killed her after that. She was probably still alive and he killed her. And then she goes back to bed and doesn't wake up till noon the next day.
Right.
So 8 hours after the homicides, the police are finally called.
The good news in this case.
She was intoxicated or something.
We don't know. I'm assuming so.
Could you
All
imagine
we can
being?
do is speculate.
Could you imagine being her right now?
I can't imagine.
How the hell do you live with that?
And I know a lot of people say she was in
No.
shock. A lot of people
No,
say
I don't
we
think it was
don't understand the mind of a 20-year-old. I do understand the mind of a 20-year-old
think it
because
was
Okay,
shock.
I was 20 years old at one time.
So this is 3:30 in the morning. Okay. This is 3:30 in the morning.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. ish. They're in a house that is really a transient house. There's a lot of sorority guys and gals.
They have a
and
lot of parties.
A
At
lot
the
of
house.
parties are going on. These
It's a
roommates.
big house.
These roommates apparently had dogs.
A dog.
The ambient noises in this house are probably constant. So my theory in this is that there's a lot of yelling going on. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of screaming or anything going on, but there's a lot of yelling going on.
Some people say there was screaming.
This guy basically looked really creepy to this girl. She didn't want to be a part of anything going on in the other room, so she locked the door and she's like, "Man, this is their thing. I'm going to bed." I think that's probably what happened here. And then when they woke up, she comes to discover this crime scene.
And Eric, maybe so. All we can do is speculate. But what I will tell you, the neighbor's house, 50 yards away, they have a camera on their front porch. That camera picked up sounds. On that camera, you can hear the roommate crying 50 yards away from the house. On that camera, you can hear a big thud. You can hear the dog barking.
The good
but
news,
these two girls are in the house and don't call 911.
Right, but the good news is that they're still alive, and we will be able to we'll be able to interview them.
Eventually, yes. If this goes to trial, yes.
Oh, yeah.
They'll
go
have
to
to
trial.
give testimony, and
well,
then
it
we'll
may,
know
it
what's
may not.
really
It
going
may
on.
not go to trial.
It may not go to trial.
It may before they even get to court, Eric.
But
it's
he's
very
pled not
possible.
guilty.
But I'll tell you what,
He could change.
These girls have there's no vested interest in them keeping quiet. There's not. There's way more interest in them telling what happened. They're like, look, I don't.
There's going to be a huge outcry against this one girl.
Well, there already is, and Jeannie, I'm not ripping her. I think we all have questions. I'm not ripping. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't know how she felt.
I don't know how she lives with. I don't know how she. I know, but
and you're right. She has to live with this the rest of her life.
Yeah.
She's a kid, and
she's got to live with
and
that.
you know,
we were all kids at once.
Again, was there a creepy dude with bushy eyebrows that was coming at her? Shut the door, lock it. Oh, I'm going to bed. I'm not going out there. I don't want any part of that party. That's total. And maybe she's drunk. You don't know what her state of mind was at that time.
You're absolutely right. It's easy for us to say, if it were me, I would have called 911. I would have done this. I would have done that. We have no idea.
I wouldn't have called 911 necessarily.
I'm not.
I wouldn't have called. I would have called
her.
one of the friends in the other room saying, "Hey, can you guys
What
keep
the
it
hell,
down?"
Or what the hell's going on?
What's going on out there, man? I wouldn't have called the cops first and foremost. You don't know. I mean, a college party house is a place you don't want cops. A college party house is a place that you're like, what happens on the road stays on the road.
You're painting a different picture for me, Eric. I mean, I get it.
It was a party house,
Yeah.
no question about it. People did come in and out, but what changes that for me is the fact that a roommate was crying. If somebody was crying, they heard a
And
thud, the
loud
dog was
crying.
barking, and there was. I mean, when you brutally murder, let's put it this way: the killer himself was taunting police, and I know this is very graphic. If you don't want to hear anything graphic, put your earmuffs on. He made a post, and allegedly it was him. This is going to come out during the trial. I have a copy of the screenshot. He said, and we believe it's him because he said he was in Pennsylvania. Nobody knew that at the time. That I'm not going to tell you what he did with the knife. It was very bad.
Yeah.
But he said that he hung their intestines from the ceiling fan. This was a brutal homicide. The investigator said they've never seen anything like this. There was so much blood it leaked out of the house and down the siding.
No, you're speaking the truth there for sure.
And I'm still not attacking this girl.
And
I don't know what she went through.
This is kind of the danger to me. And I was talking about this with a friend not too long ago. This is kind of the danger of trying cases on TikTok, which is what was really going on. Is you had all these people on TikTok and Facebook trying to figure out who the killer was.
That's how
and your name.
That's life. Eric.
And you're naming people and you're doxing these people.
I don't agree.
That's scary and bad.
People shouldn't do that.
And the cops aren't coming out telling anybody anything because they can't.
But they did. In this case, they did, which is what's so crazy.
Right. But at the end of the day,
there were a lot of
at the end of the day, the professionals, the FBI and the local police knew who this guy was. And
2 weeks after the homicide,
and they
knew who
used
he
some
was.
insane forensics to do that.
Yes, they did. You know what else they used? License plate readers. They were able to track his car across the country using.
I thought that was the number
way
to get him. Was a license plate reader.
It often is these days. Yeah, they often do track criminals with license plate readers because once they put the license plate into the system, there are license plate readers all across the highways and on different police cars, and they can track you. So it was picking him up as he was driving down the highway.
There's no way that he didn't know he was going to get caught. He is a criminal justice major.
PhD.
He knew
student.
He knew that he knew ultimately he was going to get caught.
He left the sheath of the knife there. And
Eric, he left the weapon there.
Not the weapon
not
itself.
the weapon,
the sheath.
The sheath.
And,
so they would Eric,
and they got the DNA from
Eric,
that.
Nobody who would do anything like this is thinking in a clear mind.
And Carlene, they did pull him over twice in Indiana.
I do think he was thinking
so
in a clear mind because this was.
You mean his own clear mind?
Yeah, because
it was a game to him. This was a game.
Look,
to him.
It shows that
if you murder
if
you murder
months.
somebody out of rage, if Tabitha finally makes me snap one day because of the McCarthy thing,
Please don't say this.
then I'm not doing it out of
Don't
a
even go
clear
there.
mind. If I stalk kids a dozen times,
yes,
and I am premeditated on not just the kids, but I know the layout of the house.
Yes,
I know all the.
And you've been in the house a few times.
Yes, it's almost like a Bin Laden raid. They know exactly how they're going to do it, where they're going to do it. They have planned it out in their mind. That's as clear-minded as you can get.
There's no evidence this guy's ever been in the house. Not to say he hasn't been, but these days you can go on Zillow, you can go on all these different websites and see the layout of anyone's house.
Yeah, you have to know kind of what's going on in a house to be able to figure out, A, these kids are going to be asleep at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
B, there's an upstairs that leads to this downstairs that leads to here.
It was a very complicated house.
Very complicated house. Number 3, the car is the only thing I can't figure out right now is why would you drive a car away from the scene if you're a criminologist and didn't want to get caught? You know that's the first thing that these
he was very
but
dumb.
you're trying to think logically.
I am.
Yeah, killers don't think logically, unfortunately.
No, there's always mistakes that are made.
There's always mistakes.
He thought he was smarter than police, but he wasn't.
The other thing about him maybe staying and going through court is the fact that could he be found criminally insane?
No. His attorney has already said he's sane.
No,
Okay.
that would be like
His
calling
attorney
the
has already
Green
said
River
that.
Killer
Okay.
insane. That'd be like calling Gates insane.
Just because you consider the horrific nature.
Think about the
crime.
notoriety this guy has. He's been playing a game. He's been taunting police from day one, giving hints out, telling people online. He even posted photos, not of the house, but he posted the floor layout plan online and told people where the victims were found. This guy has been taunting police, pretending
He's been taunting
to
the
be a
public.
sleuth. He's been taunting the public.
Hey,
Look at all the
hey, guys, you think-
conversations he's had with people.
Hey guys, you think it might have been the bartender? Hey, there. Look at. Did you
That's
watch this
right.
video? I mean, this guy is brutal.
And he told them the sheath was left there. And I agree with Paul. He wanted to get caught. And Vic, I agree with you. The notoriety. Do you know when he flew through Champaign, Illinois, they cleared the entire airport out, even the employees, the entire thing for him. Cameras followed him everywhere he went. People were lined up on the streets when he came back to Idaho. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is Silence of the Lambs.
I wish
part
they didn't
two.
even cover
Why they
all of this.
Yeah, I know this is. I mean, and I understand people want to listen to this, and I didn't want to get into it, but I respect and trust you, and people.
Well,
like
you know
talking
what?
About it. I just
remember how we talked about dark tourism by
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
I write a crime blog, so I'm very interested in this type of thing. But dark tourism is huge. It's a $30 billion industry. And what dark tourism is, that is people who want to go and tour crime scenes.
But this house is going to get ripped down. It's going to become a state. It's going to be a park.
It'll be gone.
A memorial.
Yeah, though
It'll be
something will
gone.
happen. Yeah.
It'll be a memorial.
That,
And there
what
will.
was that movie with David Duchovny where they did Californication
Yeah.
with Brad Pitt? It was it's spelled with a K.
Yeah.
And they start a tour and go
That's right.
all the serial killer like murder sites. and
That's a
stuff.
real thing. A $30 billion industry here in this country.
Wow.
A lot of dark people.
But it's not. I think it's fascinating, quite honestly, because
Let's
it's
study
it's
and
psychology.
murder.
It's the study
Well, my
of the
my
mind.
old
What
house.
makes you different?
My
than
old
me?
house.
Yeah.
I could have sold tickets to
You could have.
Walter Scott. Walter
The
Scott.
haunted house industry
Yeah.
probably is a big one too.
Myself and Lizzie Spark. We could have made a fortune.
Maybe we should buy it.
Buy
There
it
you
back.
If it's a $36 billion industry.
Yeah, the lawn sucked.
The water didn't run right.
Yeah,
No
Oh,
pressure.
And
the
Mary,
trees were dying.
Mary's mentioning the word incel. I hate the word incel. We didn't put that there. Our marketing person did, and I'm glad he did. The word, to me, that's a woke term. The word incel is a woke term.
What does it mean?
It's about a men who hate women because women don't want to hook up with them, and so they get mad. I call that a rapist. Let's not make it polite by calling it incel culture. It's not incel culture. These are men and sometimes women. A woman got arrested last week for raping a man. It happens.
Sometimes transgender. We just put one to death.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
that there's no excuse if you.
Why
can't
is
hook up
incel associated with him though?
with him? Because from day one, this is this new woke term where people want to say, "Oh, it's incel culture because he couldn't hook up with girls naturally, so he hates women, and that's why he committed this crime." No,
No.
he himself.
But the report says
Taunted
he
police.
didn't. But
Well,
he didn't sexually assault them.
Good
That's
point.
but sexual assault in a forensic report is different than actual sexual assault. It doesn't mean it wasn't sexually motivated. It means that he did not rape them within 3 orifices. That's the technical term for it. That doesn't mean it was not a sexually motivated crime. He himself, when he was taunting the public, said it was a sexually motivated crime.
Man, and they took all that stuff offline, didn't they? So you can't even go see it anymore, can you?
Oh no, it's all there,
It is?
all of it.
Wait a minute. So those forums are still online? I thought they took them down.
No.
Can you do me a favor and send me a link later today?
I have all the text. Yeah,
Interesting.
It's all there.
Wow.
I know it makes you go, "Oh my God, what the hell is going on?"
Wow.
I've posted a lot of it on my I have a Facebook page for my crime blog, and I've posted a lot of it there. Interesting stuff.
Our Friday show is a lot like a box of chocolates.
Yes, it is.
And we've covered everything. Unfortunately, this, which needs to be covered, I get it. Aliens, Bigfoot, dinosaurs not being real or real.
Oh my God.
That's
going to be in the
Gates.
That's
Gates wanting Trump as Speaker of the House.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
It might happen.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, goo goo gaga eyes over Kevin McCarthy. UFOs in the Antarctic.
Are you going to bring some high heat next week for that one? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
With what?
The Antarctic is just a big slab of
Oh yeah,
ice.
we'll have to talk about that.
Look
maybe.
up Captain Bird in the meantime.
I know
Yeah.
Captain Bird. He discovered Antarctica back
Just
in
look
the
up-
early 1900s, right?
Just look up everything with
1800s?
him.
It is fascinating what's taking place in the Antarctic right now. Fascinating.
Mega Millions is about $1 billion tonight. If anybody cares, you have a better shot of seeing a UFO today and
After
being
taxes,
abducted
True.
than winning
Yeah.
Mega Millions.
after taxes, you'll get $5 grand.
If I do win, I will not be here on Monday.
yes,
Well, I
you
thought
will.
you
You
were-
do this because you love it.
Well, I do love it, but things are going to be different if I win that. Like, we're going to really, really step things up.
Yes, I like the
You're
way
talking
you
$1 billion.
I get a smoke machine, don't I?
That's FU money.
Yeah.
It's like we don't care.
I
want
the smoke machine.
I want a fogger
Would
and a
that,
strobe
can
light.
we do a fogger in here? I don't think we could.
Can we do a fogger that's only fogging
If
me
we
and
wanna-
not them?
If we want to die, we could.
Yeah.
Something to think about your homework for the weekend. Robert says, Eric, just go look at the names of Antarctica islands. and that will open up some
Ooh.
interesting
I
paths.
can't take this show anymore. I swear. my reality is just screwed up now.
There you go. All right. We love this show. We
Can't-
love you,
can't
listeners.
the world just be normal again? Can't
No.
Skid Row be the top single on
Once
radio?
your eyes are open, Eric, it's never the same.
Remember when Crazy Train was
That's
big?
another
That was a good year,
t-shirt.
wasn't it?
That's a good
That's
year.
another bumper
Yeah.
sticker.
Plaid wallpaper.
Go back to
Eyes
maybe the Peter
wide
Frampton days.
shut. This is canceltheshow.com. Cancel this, canceltheshow.com. Scotty Gherkin's here.
I am.
Eric
Present.
Johnson, Tabitha Hassel, and Vic Faust. Thanks again for sharing the show and, of course, letting people know, because as many people that watch live, more people watch the podcasts that are stored, saved, not only on all the platforms from our live set, but from our audio as well. We have another big week of guests next week. Can't wait till all that. Continue to join us. Continue to share the show. We are grateful for it. Have an awesome weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Canceltheshow.com.
Happy birthday, Kevin. We'll be there tonight. Well, hell, we'll be
Kevin
there.
Mulick, owner
Yeah.
of
Nice.
Strategic Air Services.
Good job. Now you just
Whose else's birthday was it today? So
Joe Patterson earlier this
Patterson's
week. We just
birthday.
missed it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Merch is coming, people. Merch is coming. All right. Have a great show. We'll talk to you later. Happy Friday. See you Monday for Cancel This.
Good day.